Yeah. Now we are
Now
live.
we're live. Now motherfuckers can see us. Okay.
Right. Right. Now yeah. Yeah.
Like they, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, I put in all that sand. I put in like 2 trailer full loads of sand into the garden last year.
That's what I've been doing with we've got the clay here too. It's kind of funny. Northeast Colorado, eastern Colorado are the high plains sand hills. I'm in one little area that's solid caliche clay.
Oh wow.
So we have to go, I could go a half hour south of me and get sand. So we have to drive to get sand all the time.
Yeah.
Apex D Burrito.
What's going on, guys?
CC Mansour, how are you?
I'm fucking pissed.
Oh my
Wow.
God, what the fuck happened? Who we gonna go kill?
Well, there were okay. So check this out. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough. All right, hold on. Let me switch my camera
Looks like you're in the dry goods area.
around. No, we don't have a drive-through. Thank God, too. Let's see. Back-facing camera.
Dry goods area.
Oh, nah. Okay, so here is what was left right here. They didn't do shit with that. Walking around. By the way, they left this shit so wet that it's so easy to slip. Like they left the mop out.
You're a towel. She says. Sorry, go ahead.
No, we good. Like nothing underneath here. Like the entire line underneath has been done. All they did was spray water and push stuff to the back. Like I guarantee. Yeah.
I think it's Kidodo,
Dope.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Oh, don't go to Chipotle. They charge you for everything.
I thought. Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
But well, it sounds to me like you're gonna have to get that.
Nope.
Sounds to me like you're gonna have to get that pimp hand out and let that thing fly.
Oh, I already did tonight. I texted my general manager with what it looked like back here, with all the pictures, even the timestamps, because the chick was dumb enough to fucking leave her clock out. Window
She
open.
didn't clock out. She was still on the clock.
Oh no, she clocked out. She clocked out at 10:09. We're supposed to be here until the shit's done.
Yeah.
I'm the only one here at this point. So,
Dude, I used to be that guy. I used to be the floors guy. I used to be the dishwashing guy that would clean up and make sure that the lines were all stocked and clean for tomorrow and stocked for tomorrow. Yes, sir. I've been there.
yeah.
Hey, Bacon. Hey, Zach. Hey, Ghost.
Welcome in, Bacon. Zoom.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this nasty note for everyone
Hey, Ghost.
to the pin to the bulletin board. And because here's the thing, our district manager is supposed to be in tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. No, I take that back. Our district manager, okay, yeah, he's supposed to come in, but our regional manager is also supposed to come in. And she's got stores in Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky.
So now it's all on you to get it all right.
Uh-huh. But you know what? I'm sick of this
Swing
job.
that pimp hand, baby.
It happens. It happens.
I got you beat. I got a email today that had first time ever that had tax information for that little. I told y'all, like in my family, we use serve cards because we all live pretty good distance apart. So and really tight knit family. So anybody needs anything, we all send money or get money back, and we're constantly sending money back and forth. I got a thing through Serve that apparently with this new tax stuff that they're now sending tax statements quarterly on it, because if it's over $300 a year transferred, you have to report it on your taxes. And this is money that you receive, whether it's being paid back for something or whatever. They're going to try to tax you on it.
Oh wow.
As far as I can understand.
That's your federal government hard at work.
Yeah.
Right?
That's actually the rule says anything less than $1,000 can be, but what banks interpret that to say is anything less $600 or less will be.
Yep.
And now they're saying everything $300 or less will be. So fuck that.
So
No.
So if you send somebody $300, they get taxed on it.
Yeah.
What the
Yep.
fuck?
and then and the funny thing is, then when they pay you back that $300, you get taxed on it.
Ain't that some bullshit?
Well,
And-
it's only
and
these platforms that are doing it. Okay. It's not the real world is not taxing $300 transfers.
God,
It's
I
not.
hope not.
I'm
Because-
moving $300 at a time into my Discover and Navy Federal, and nobody's saying anything about any kind of taxes. So
Okay,
no,
it made me nervous because we send thousands back and forth throughout the year between my family.
I would
and I.
suggest you look to see if it's just your platform is requiring this, because 300 is not a federal requirement. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, but year end, it's a
That was-
lot.
Cash apps like that big time.
See, I was always under the assumption that if it was under $6,000 or $10,000 that you didn't have to file 1099.
Yep.
Is that right?
Now this app apparently is saying $300. I don't have any apps that are telling me $300.
Yeah, that's weird.
I
This
used to have
one-
USAA that said $600. Now Discover tells me $1,000.
Yeah,
I still find
It's
it
making
funny
me-
that they're paying taxes on a bunch of ones and zeros in cyberspace.
But they also told me if it's internal to Discover, don't worry about it. They'll take care of all of it. So I ain't gotta. If it's
Hey.
just internal, they do it.
My audio sound better tonight?
It does much
Hey,
better.
Huckleberry.
Yeah. Welcome to
Much
Windows 10 and Office 10 on my laptop.
Dude, congratulations.
I spent
That
all
is
day.
awesome.
I spent all day Sunday reinstalling this bitch.
I heard.
Yeah. And
All
then
the clowns on panel tonight. Yes, ma'am. All the clowns are here. Except for one.
Zachary. Zachary, I like.
All the clowns
like-
are on panel tonight except for one. Huck.
Which one's that? Oh, Huck. Yeah, the main clown. But
Just saying.
Zach, I like watching the trains in like the Bavarian Alps and stuff like that. Some of those trains online. Those are cool.
There's some
Especially
cool
the-
trains.
There
There's
are.
some cool Sweden and Norway trains that go along the coast there. Frozen coast.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Get a
It's just
haircut.
the-
Oh, no, hairnet. Excuse me.
Here it is. Well, both tomato.
You know what the fucked up thing is I'm not even clocked in at this
You
point.
mean there's only one fucked up thing?
I mean, there's many fucked up things, yes.
Okay.
But the
All right.
one-
As long as we're clear on that.
like
well, go clock in.
I can't. My number's
Dude,
not working.
Wiz, I can't say enough how good you sound this evening, brother.
Rock
Well,
on.
Who was it? I think it was Canoes that was telling me that you spent most of the day yesterday on getting that laptop upgraded to 10. I'm so happy. So proud.
Right. Well, I got the disc in on Saturday,
Outstanding.
so and I was like, I found my Office 10 and everything came together, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna sit down and do this. Got her done.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So
Now, go ahead.
okay.
The new headphones.
Headphones.
Have you? Do you still have the headphones that I sent you?
Yes.
Give those a try. with the new Windows 10.
Okay, I have to find them, but yeah, I know I still got them.
When you get a chance. No
All right.
biggie, no rush. Don't pop a vein. That's cool.
But yeah, So
Loud, yeah, he's a little loud. Yeah, he's no, but it beats the hell out of listening to him from the other fucking room.
so I can sit back and now you can hear me, huh?
I mean, I can hear you. Yeah, I can.
Awesome.
I'll let you know when I can't hear you. If you want to sit back, that's fine.
Rock on.
But if you get all lazy on me and start turning around and point your face the other way and looking down and then you put your drink in front of the mic and then lay your hat on top of it, then yeah, it's gonna get muffled and I'm gonna complain.
Yeah, I'm back here.
Because I'm a whiny little bitch. That's what I do.
Fire in the motherfucking bowl. I miss you guys.
Dodge the pie. Dodge the pie.
Yeah.
I have a but who am I? Didn't we discuss this about the clowns? You said all the clowns were here, and I told you all of them except for one. Who do you want to be? You want to be the lead clown? Because we got a spot for with your name written all over it. Lead clown.
Right?
You can be anybody you want to be.
Be all you can be.
Exactly.
The girls all got together this weekend, so I got 2 pans full of kraut burgers.
2 pans full of kraut burgers?
What is cabbage pockets? I think everybody calls them cabbage pockets, but yeah, the hamburger and the bread with the cabbage.
My wife makes a old European cabbage thing with hamburger, but I'm not sure we're talking about the same thing here.
Oh, what's that called? Is it like a with bread on the top of it, and then you scoop it out, kind of like a casserole or biscuit?
Something like that, yeah. Something like that, yes.
Yes, I can't remember what the name of that is. The girls make it too.
It's good
Crap.
stuff, dude. I will.
Oh, it is. Yep. Yeah, the French aren't the only ones that cook. The Germans can cook.
The French can't fucking cook. Pierogies, cabbage rolls. That's where we're at right there. She calls them cabbage rolls, but they're not really rolls. But yeah.
Okay.
Tasty. Love them.
Yeah, Germans can cook. Oh man, everything I ate in Germany was good. Everything I ate in France was not good.
Well, everything German comes from Eastern European descent. So, like, most German stuff comes from Czech and Romanian and, all that Eastern Slavic stuff.
We on Christmas Eve we still do. We don't do what a lot of people would think is a normal, but it's a traditional Christmas Eve. We do hunter stew on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
We don't do the turkey and stuff like that. That's a recipe I gave Pat, and he loved it. But it's not a recipe that you would think, because it's got all the meats in it, and then it's also got it's got like all sorts of vegetables in it. But they also put a couple different types of apples in it.
Oh well.
But it's actually pretty good. But it's expensive as crap, because it's all this like honey cured ham or smoked ham. It's got steak in it. It's got German sausage in it. All the meats are friggin' crazy pricey.
Hey, Jefford. No. Oh, okay. Well, that's when I sat back. You said I was a little loud. So I sat back.
You're
Oh,
the
He's
head
being
clown,
a
Huck.
little loud, but no one agreed. So I said, "Who am I?" Well, I mean, you're Huck. Jess, how are you? How's everyone doing tonight? We're okay, I guess. Can't complain. I think it's Monday. Never heard of that cabbage stuff. Sing bread. Yeah, it's everybody does their
It's
thing differently, I guess.
they call it a, some people call it a cabbage pocket. We call them kraut burgers. It's they make all the dough, homemade dough, and then they roll it flat into little round pieces, and then they put cooked hamburger and then some seasoning that's in the hamburger, and then they cook the cabbage and put some seasoning in the cabbage, put it all in the middle, and then they bake it after they close up the dough, and it ends up a big roll with a lot of meat and cabbage inside of it. Or do you mean the stuff with the other on top? I can't remember the name of that. The stuff where they put the biscuits on top is it's got like a tomato sauce in with the cabbage and the meat, but it's got hamburger and bacon in the meat, and then the cabbage sauce on top, and then the biscuits, and then they bake it. And it's kind of cool because my mom's been like going spending a lot of time with my nieces, and they've been doing a lot of this traditional cooking with her, getting her recipes and learning how to do stuff. So passing it on to the next generation. I know she enjoys the heck out of it, and they enjoy it too. So
oh, now those are good, Jestard. The stuffed grape leaves. I love those things. That stuff is good. I don't know what they stuff them with, but boy, that shit is good. Fire in the bowl.
I don't remember what they call it, but what's the fried bread with covered in powdered sugar? It's basically fried dough, and you just cover it in powdered sugar.
That sounds really fucking good. That's what that sounds like.
It is. I like it.
Is that a Mexican donut?
And
Not
this
true.
is it could be. I know it's traditional Europe too. It's I don't know many people in my family that don't have a little countertop deep fat fryer. So for a lot of the German food, because everything's fried.
You know what I really like, especially around like Christmas and stuff? Lefse. Lefse is amazing.
What is less?
That's Norwegian. It's like a tortilla, but made out of potato.
Oh, okay, I got it.
With a special press for it and stuff.
Like turtle bread.
Although I've got a lot of Norwegian in my family. Although I've never had lutefisk. It's on my list of things to try.
I will admit there's one thing that I don't like that's considered traditional is traditional potato salad. It's too vinegar because they put like straight vinegar in some of that traditional potato salad, and that stuff I'm not a big fan of.
That's why I gotta get the Amish potato salad.
Yeah, you gotta get. If I make potato salad myself, I use pickle juice.
That sounds
Pickle
good.
juice.
Never put straight up vinegar in.
Yeah. If it's too vinegary, I don't like it. I like the stuff where they put like the mustard and Miracle Whip and stuff like that in the newer style.
But I do like my Miracle Whip.
Yeah. But I can't stand mayonnaise. Like the mayonnaise, that salty, tangy, nasty stuff, I don't like it.
Ooh.
But you know what? I did some experimentation, and what I did like is I like the olive oil mayo. You do the eggs and all that stuff, and you use olive oil, and you whip it all together.
I never tried that.
It's actually it's pretty good.
I know. I accidentally, well, probably about a month ago, I accidentally bought some mayonnaise instead of Miracle Whip. I put some on my burger, and I was putting some, I put the works on it. Put a little a Miracle Whip on it, put some ketchup on it, put some mustard on it, bit into that, and realized it was mayonnaise. Just ruined the whole burger.
Yeah, it tastes sour to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it don't taste right. It's not normal.
See, I know a lot of people that would say the opposite, that Miracle Whip's not normal. I like them both.
I hate them both.
You hate them both.
I'm a mustard man. All that
I'm a
Miracle
mustard.
Whip and mayo thing is it all sounds kind of European to me. If you ask me, am I alone here? Ghost, you are alone here. Yes, you're the only one.
Yeah,
All those deaths that happened last year are going to double again next year.
yeah. No, we just no, you're yeah. Yep, that was some of that stuff after you mentioned it to me earlier.
A lot of people started going back over to YouTube, I noticed, getting away from the Twitch.
Not a
Hey,
lot.
Sing, I'm glad you're here. Because I want to tell you something.
Uh-oh.
So I'm watching some TV the other day.
All right.
And I see where they're finally getting around to deciphering some of these cuneiform tablets that they got from Mesopotamia.
Right on.
Turns out Noah was a fake.
Yeah, the Epic of Gilgamesh came before the story of Noah.
Well, there was even one 1,000 years before that.
Oh yeah.
Where the Mesopotamians, Enki, told a family to sell everything, build a boat, take 2 animals, the whole nut. 1,000 years before the Old Testament.
Oh wow.
We're just now getting around to. We're just now discovering that because we're just now getting around to deciphering those tablets.
I think
Turns out that one tablet has the entire story on it.
Wow.
I truly believe the Bible is older than what people realize it, and I believe it was copied from different texts. Not copied, but I believe those stories they're real. They're just from prior to
Well,
I agree with that. Yes.
I wouldn't say they were plagiarized. I think they were passed down.
I think more like that they were.
Yeah.
Whether
I agree with
intentionally
that. I agree with that. But I believe that even the Old Testament and the New Testament stories are all derivatives of prior art. I believe that.
Well, there was only books that were important to know and have read before you read the Bible, because they reference books like the testaments of
Okay.
Enoch. They talk
do.
about the book of Enoch,
Right. Yeah.
and it's only in reference. It's only in reference, as in the men of old. You know what I'm saying? The heroes of renown, the things like that.
I mean, heck, there's supposedly one of the there's 2 books that were that I know for sure that were omitted from the New Testament were the book of Mary Magdalene and the book of Judas. Both of those exist.
There are a whole boatload of books that were not admitted. Clutching, are you genuinely clutching your pearls there, Bill? Because I can feel the tenseness in your oh my God, say it ain't so.
The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls proved there were many books that were not included in.
Absolutely agree. So my point in bringing that to you was that this is new knowledge that we're just now getting.
I think it's new
Cool
proof.
shit.
Yeah. But I know I agree. And heck, I agree with you too. I think is what Don's saying is it happened earlier than what he's not saying it's didn't happen. He's just saying it happened earlier than
it absolutely freaking happened. The thing is, and we know it happened because it's documented by so many people. So we know it happened.
Evidence, though, that some of the stories from the New Testament were supposedly propaganda pieces that were written up by the ancient Romans, like during that time.
Propaganda pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
to sway in favor of the Roman Empire rather than the Jewish.
That would not surprise me. That would not.
I got to be careful. I got to be careful getting into the New Testament versus the Catholic Bible. Have you ever seen a Catholic Bible? It's a lot bigger.
I have, but and so to begin with, I want to go on record saying I know nothing else other than what I have brought to you, which is just this recent TV show that I saw that had the entire Noah story on one cuneiform tablet that sits in the Royal London fucking Museum of Umity Squad.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Kind of. My bad.
And it happened the tablet is 1,000 years earlier than anything in the Old Testament.
Yeah, it's back to the city of Ur kind of shit.
Yeah. And it talks about Enki.
Yep.
Yep.
So, dude, I thought it was just fucking righteous as hell, to be honest with you.
It's kind of ironic because I've got my playlist pulled up right now on YouTube, one that I had saved, and it was before you even started talking. That's Mystery History, and it's advanced ruins that possibly survived the Great Flood. And as for the Great Flood, there's scientific proof of massive flooding too.
That happened. The only question is how the story is being told, and it's being told through a lot of different lenses and a lot of different languages. But the flood,
different languages, different names, different
cultures. They're more important
cultures.
Different cultures.
Exactly. Yep. The flood, the deluge happened. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
Bible and the channel have the same message. Don't be a dick. Do see, Evie, though sometimes I'm a dick and I'm guilty. And I'm sorry for that. I am. I apologize. But I'll try not to be a dick.
What's up, Evie? How you doing?
I like the exclamation mark at the end too.
Don't be a dick, she said.
God bless you. But yeah, no shit. I think it's just a matter of it was passed down and the books were collected into what they called the Old Testament, and it was passed to the churches and stuff like that to disseminate the information. It was not, I don't believe that the Old Testament or even possibly, a lot of the New Testament was actually, manipulated other than by culture.
My concern is in the past, when we've gotten into these conversations, I've offended a lot of people in chat. So I don't want to, because you all know me. I think religion and church are two different things.
Yeah.
Yes, religion and church are two different things. You're damn right. Yep.
So, and when I get into that, I offend a lot of people. So I'll just leave it at that.
Because the church is not a building. It's
Evie,
defined.
did you
Yeah.
just do your hair? Do you have some delicious smelling, like some kiwi smelling stuff or something like that?
Let's put
My
it this
wife
way.
has some of that, and I bury my face in it when she washes her hair with that stuff.
If you
Now she
need
uses that product stuff. I don't like that stuff.
if you need a building or a community necessarily to talk to God and pray to God, then you might want to drink the Kool-Aid that Jim Jones is offering. I'm just saying, there's no reason.
Well, Jimmy had the direct path there, didn't he?
I said hi to you first, Huckleberry,
Let's go to
or
Twitch.
anybody else did.
Woo!
But-
Fuck
Come on,
yeah.
Huck. I mean, I'm trying to give you the high touch that you so richly deserve, but you're getting a little too.
Evie Huckleberry says hi.
Huckleberry.
She's over in YouTube land.
Sing did, of
Apex.
course. Sing did.
Of course.
I'm just not.
Well, there's my Huckleberry. I'm sorry. I said hi as soon as I saw you type it. She gets all sensitive about that.
And Apex, I don't disagree with you. Dawn dropped out. But Apex, I don't disagree with you. I've made people rage quit talking religion, so I just yeah. I don't know if you remember that goat guy or whatever his name was, but Anunnaki. Oh God, he rage quit. And I don't know that he's been back after that night, and him and I had that religious debate.
That's funny.
Yeah. He got a little touchy about things, I guess.
I don't want to offend people. I was honestly just debating it, but yeah.
I think these stories are all just passed down. They use different names. And, they use different names and cultural norms for translation kind of thing.
Right.
But through the cultures, I think it's just a matter of passing it down, like the telephone gang kind of thing.
Chinese telephone. Oh wait, we can't call it that anymore. That's racist.
Everything's better with bacon. Where'd Don go?
Hey, Shoe Studio. I don't know. He dropped out all of a sudden. But I was going to tell him about this one show that I'm wanting to watch here. There's ancient ruins that they believe have been found ancient ruins that have been found in some places and some in the Middle East. But one is in the Mediterranean area, I guess, that they believe survived the Great Flood. Is pre-Great Flood history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because that's a long time ago. I mean, a lot longer than we think it is. I think it's a lot older than what people commonly believe that the flood happened.
And people forget that, the interpretation of timelines are man's interpretation with the Bible also. I still say that, our time and God's time are two different things. So it would put that on the same timeline. So I think history backs up a lot of stuff that when we find it in the Bible, personally.
Bacon.
Tree bacon.
Everybody's stuck on bacon now. Bacon 420, that would probably be Dawn.
Yeah, there's Shoe Studio. Welcome in. Just saw him.
I made medicated bacon the other day.
Oh.
What I did is I took 10 strips of bacon, and I've got this tincture that I made from Everclear and about 5 grams of distillate. And I just squirted it on the bacon before I put it in the oven. And when it came out, it was nice golden coat, and it got me stoned as fuck.
What is Tucky Tucky? I have no idea. I'm trying to interpret Ghost's messages there. I'm so confused.
Squirrels are
Hey, Valentine.
squirrels are dinner.
Squirrels are food, not friends.
Yeah, they're
Hope
dinner.
you're doing well, Valentine.
People make pets out of chickens too. Doesn't mean they ain't for eating.
I was just talking with Autumn today. She's like, if I get a pet rabbit, you're not going to eat it. But I was like, yeah, but if you get a male or a female, I'm going to get the opposite, and then we're going to make some dinner.
What the hell, Ghost? I have no idea what the.
In other words, I'm going to get these rabbits to start porking, and then I'm going to, and then we're going to have some baby rabbits.
Wow, Bill, did you get into Apex's stash?
Uh-oh.
Friends, not food.
A little light.
Well, trust me, things get rough. I'm gonna have ranger steaks.
Yeah, see, I couldn't eat one of my pets. That's why I can't raise cattle. I get too attached to. I'm serious, dude. I had a 4-H calf, and God, that when I was younger, and that tore me up. And then I had an older sister that we were eating hamburger and everything, and I was, really mad that we sold my steer and everything. Called him Half Pint and everything. He was named and everything. And my oldest sister, just laughed. She's like, "You think they sold him?" I was like, "Well, yeah, they sold him." And they're like, or she's like, "Well, what do you think we've been eating for the past month?"
Ah!
That
Yeah.
would be my sister. Yeah.
Oh my lord. But yeah, I raise rabbits, right? And I name all the mamas and the daddies, and then I eat the babies. Yeah, the Evie's got it. Yep.
That's what I do. Yeah, Jason, I get, yeah. I can do chickens for the eggs because I don't get attached, but can't get attached to an egg. But
So Justin is Jason.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Gesture Jason. That's his YouTube handle.
All right.
Hey, someone fire in the bolt for me.
Fire in the bowl.
Brought to you by Sausage Cream and Biscuit Farms.com.
.com. Oh wait, let me see. How's the picture look on here now? Does it look okay?
Yeah, looks good, man.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah, you look as fugly as ever. So
Thank you.
You look like one solid pixel there, sir.
don't feel bad, dude. I'm too fugly to go on camera. So Huckleberry's gonna get mad at me for telling you that.
Hold on a second. She's texting me something.
Yeah, she's disagreeing with me. Oh man. It means if I have a pet, I can't name, or if I raise something, I can't name it and have it as a pet, Bill, or otherwise I'll never be able to butcher it. Kind of like Emerald, where he doesn't name the babies because that's what he plans on eating. I could probably do it if I didn't get attached, but if I name it and it becomes one of my little buddies, like, yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Stoner Bunny. Wait, Stoner Bunny.
Trust me, I've done a lot of butchering of cows, pigs. whether it be hung up or whether it be off the loader, strung up backwards. Yeah. Got really good at skinning a pig. By the time I was probably in 5th grade, I was good at skinning a pig. Too many years of it, though. Lost my taste for it. I'd rather go to the butcher shop and buy it.
Anyway.
Your phone is going off, dude.
Yeah. She's on. Yeah. I didn't say hi to her.
Oh. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Cool. Yeah. Dodging arrows and shit.
Oh, that's hot. That's right. Jester is Jesse. Hawks is X. Hawks X. Gosh darn it. Sorry, Jester. Jason's name is something else.
Oh, so that's quiet. Used to be quietly yelling.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Is she on anymore?
She
I
says
knew
she's
that.
a different account. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she was on here the other night. I knew that. I just know on YouTube everybody shows up differently, so it's hard to keep track.
All I know about all that stuff we were talking about earlier is that it don't affect my relationship with God.
On what?
All those
Oh, the
stories.
religion. Oh God, no.
No, none of those stories and their validity, whether they happened or not, none of it
Yeah.
affects my relationship with God.
Well, and I think it proves it. Just like Don was talking about, that it's in ancient texts, and it's in ancient texts from several different places that had no contact with each other. So something happened, and so I think that gives new meaning or new proof, new validity behind the stories of the Bible. So they just didn't happen possibly when a lot of people think they did, is the only difference.
Yeah. So what if his name
Way
was
earlier.
Noah in their language? You know what I'm saying? In their culture.
Mhm. Yeah.
Really makes no difference to me. The story is true. The information is correct, but it gave no date.
Yep. I grew up with my grandparents calling me Johann, because in Germanic in German my name is Johann, not John. But so like my grandparents and my dad, they used to call me Johann all the time. So it's just a different pronunciation in a different language. So Noah could be something else in a different language.
Exactly. But he was still collecting animals, saving
Right.
to repopulate the earth
Saving-
after the
Saving
deluge.
species. Right.
And science says, the geology says that it tells its own story. And they call it
Flood happened.
the antediluvian. In other words, after the flood.
Mhm.
And that happened about 12,500 years ago.
And every place around the world has proof of a massive flood.
Mhm. Some of those hills in South Africa ain't hills. They're bodies. Fossilized bodies.
You think so?
Michael Telfer has proven it every time he digs up something. They found a heart that was like 6 foot tall, and it had the veins, had the arteries. It was fossilized. It's not a carving.
And anything's possible. My view on the giants, like biblical, even within all sorts of cultures around the world at different times have talked about giants. I believe them to be like 8-9 foot tall, not like 80 foot tall or whatever. So, but hey, you know, anything's possible.
8 foot and 9 foot tall doesn't explain. And we were as grasshoppers in their presence.
I mean, supposedly there's still
Do that to a 5 foot man.
red-headed giants that live in the caves of Afghanistan.
Yeah, grasshoppers ain't 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
No,
No,
they're
grasshoppers.
scared.
Yeah,
And I get it, you know, and I completely get what you mean. I just, you know, view it as a philosophical instead of a literal. That's the only difference. Apex. Hey, daughter, I haven't seen you before. I don't remember you, but
Who that?
welcome back. I'm guessing. But Apex, you were talking about places in Afghanistan. The Native Americans talk about the red-headed giants.
Yep. Supposedly there's a race of redhead giants that live out in the cave systems of Afghanistan as well.
Yeah, well, the Native Americans talk about basically around the Grand Canyon area a lot of red-headed giants, and they talk about them 8 to 10 foot long. Oh, right on, daughter. I don't know if you know Sick Pat or Ryan. I don't know if you know that he passed away probably, what has it been, 2 years now? He passed away with the permission of his love of his life. I mean, she gave us permission to chat on his channel to kind of keep it going in memoriam for him.
Hey, Bruce. How's it going, bud? There's Don T. But yeah,
She said she knew Pat a long time ago. I just didn't know if she knew he passed away or not.
Yeah. I've watched quite a few. I've done a lot of research into the Anunnaki, and that's interesting. Don, do you have a link to where they're putting up that information as they're doing it?
I'm gullible. How am I gullible? But I don't think he thought I argued hard enough. But I truly do. Well,
That's what
I guess Don must agree with you that they were 80 foot tall or whatever.
Well, I wouldn't say 80 foot tall, but there are doorways supposedly on the buildings or the pyramids in Antarctica that are 60 feet tall. They would build a door 60 foot tall if you don't need a door 60 foot tall. Yeah, there is that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And hey, I mean, you know what? In this world, anything is possible. I think we know just a small fraction of the truth of the history of this world. I mean, there's just no way to say, oh, that didn't happen, or this did happen, or that wasn't right. Because to be honest, it's impossible to know yet. We don't have the ability to know it or to research it yet. Hey, Ragged. Hey, Bruce.
Go look up Michael Tellinger. No, I'm serious. Just if you don't take my word for it. I'm just smudging backwoods of Missouri,
and I think I'm familiar with the war.
Redneckville. But
yeah,
go look at the work of Michael Tellinger. I'm telling you, man, he's putting out some amazing stuff. He stands in front of an imprint of a foot in a rock. Okay, that was as tall as he was.
Okay, explain this one. They found fossilized footprints in lava material that is around the same era as some of the dinosaurs. So explain that one. Smouse, hey,
what's up, Smouse? Smouse, he's there. Well, listen, y'all stupid crazy. Right. Ain't affecting my potatoes.
Yeah, daughter isn't Miriam.
Where'd Don go? He ditched out without saying anything this time. I can't believe he didn't assert himself.
That one is so first name, last name, that's Miriam.
Who's that?
All right. If you want to just keep being rude, then oh darn it, that's not what I meant to do.
Oh, I know what that is. Hold on a second.
There. If she wants
Yeah.
to just keep being rude, I'll do that.
There you go. Oh, well, I
Ridiculous.
was going to take care of it a different way.
Alicia, actually, I think I
So,
might.
couple of things.
How are you?
First, I saw this on TV. This was a new iteration of one of those history shows that showed how just as in like 2021, they had deciphered this particular tablet that had this particular Noah's Ark story on it. Now that tablet sits in a museum somewhere, of course. But
All right.
I saw it on TV. I did not see it on YouTube. It was a TV thing.
Oh, it was a TV show kind of
It was
expose.
a TV show. That told me that it was kind of a new thing. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. Daughter of Truth, Sick Pat passed away a little over a year ago. And we're carrying the torch for him. Keeping the channel alive.
Ragged Coin, you're ugly. Man, I got to tell you, if I have ever fucking seen the pot calling the kettle black, it's that one right there. That whole, Ragged, literally being the ugliest guy I've ever seen in my life, calling the rest of us ugly. I mean, come on.
I worked 9.5 goddamn hours today. Fuck this store. I'm out.
Okay, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. The Apex Qdoba show is now coming to a close. Season 1 is just about over.
Absolutely, daughter. Absolutely, Alicia. Come back anytime.
Yeah. So you got it at least presentable for the morning?
Hell, I don't even care anymore. If they want to say some shit, I'm gonna just let them. But I'm gonna revert them straight back to the fact that I was left high and dry. I don't even know where the fuck my headband is. God.
Make sure they all know. Make sure they all know that they can fondle your testicles gently.
Oh no! These two can suck one individually each at the same time.
So you can get all curvy on them and shit. Okay, there you go.
Is Zach wanting to say something?
Zach wants to say something. Yes.
Oh, no. He says he's good.
Singularity, did you take care of that through admin here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
All right, good deal.
Trolls.
There it is.
Like I say, the old loyalties.
Troll.
I agree with Canoe on that. The old loyalties only go so far when you start just screwing with everybody. No, not gonna have it.
Yeah.
They were all mad at me anyways because I wouldn't jump on their side, so I'm not really worried.
Well, God bless. See you. Are you taking off, daughter?
I'm taking off. I'm getting ready to get on the road, and I'm gonna go to sleep when I get home. I got the day off tomorrow.
Gonna go to sleep. Well, if you feel like talking, brother, or you feel like streaming to friends while you're on the road, then we're all here for you.
I could try, but my Jeep's really loud.
It's clean on you. If you get too bad, we'll mute your ass.
All right.
Alicia, are you from Ohio? I do remember you somewhat, but seems like Ohio or something.
Let's find out.
So anyway, yeah. Where's Bill at? Bill, I've been waiting all day to tell Bill about the information I found.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be too loud.
All
right.
Pretty beautiful. Yeah.
I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, or maybe later
How's that?
tonight. Peace.
Carry on, soldier.
He is such a mess, man. Yeah. Oh well. So, how's your taters doing? They're doing good. Did you pick them up yet? Did you pull any up yet? See if you no, not yet.
Oh, I admit I'm fugly. I got no concerns about that. I ain't scared.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but I
Good.
mean, do you figure that you are better looking than, say, Ragged?
Go ahead, Zach.
Oh yeah.
I'll harvest the first week of October.
Okay. All right. There you go. With potatoes, it's generally you got to wait till all the plants die. Once the plants are all dead, and then you go pull it all up. I got second stage growth this year, and some of it's blooming. So I'm quite happy. I'm thinking I'm going to have some good taters.
Do you want to see the picture that I took yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and put it up. Absolutely. What's up, Ghost? Here we go. There you go.
Nice.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a lot. That's good. Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to end up with a bunch of potatoes. Yep. Looking like a first class set of plants there. See, it wasn't that hard, was it? I told you it wasn't hard. You just got to make a mess in the dirt. The messier you are, the better they do. I don't know why, but that's the truth. I had a mulberry tree that I got. I just left it in a pot, and I thought it died. So I just put it over in front of the house. The next year, that sucker was grown back, had like 4 or 5 branches coming off of it. And I was like, holy crap. So I went and dug a hole about a foot deep that I was like, I couldn't even get down to the foot to replant the pot. So I got down about 6 inches. I was like, oh, screw it. And I just, I pushed it down into the dirt there and pushed some leaves up on it. I was like, damn, it's probably not going to, that some bitch is doing great.
I'm having to, I swear, mulberry trees, once they get going, good luck getting rid of them. I have to pull 6 of those a year just in my yard.
Well, I've got I've got that one, and I've got it in its own area in a grove of trees that kind of surround it. You know what I'm saying? And
Nice.
so I'm like, I got it right in the middle of that little area.
Oh, holy cow, Bill. Sorry to hear that, man. Wow. Ouch.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sorry, I just read that and had to.
Wow.
Ouch.
I'm sorry to hear that. Prayers for you, brother. That's hard.
But yeah, mulberry trees, once they get going, they're tough to, they want to keep going.
Yeah. I know. I had a mulberry tree at my house 3 houses ago. You know what I'm saying? And my big place house that I lost.
Dude, mulberries are so messy.
Well, I poured everything. It wasn't even, it was on a property line kind of thing. I poured diesel fuel, I poured oil, I poured
What, trying to kill
radiator.
it?
I put sodium chloride on that shit,
What, trying to kill it?
trying to kill it.
Oh my God.
You have to dig it up in every bit of root because that thing will stem out from a little chunk of root.
Yeah.
And,
And
then
don't get me wrong, I love mulberries. I do. And some of those trees bushes can get massive.
Well,
But
it was getting bad
They
because
bleed the fruit. And at first they just overproduce and bleed the fruit. And then once the fruit hits the ground, it's on everything. And you touch
You
it,
don't
it stains whatever you touch it with. So dude, that fruit will stain whatever you touch it with.
yeah,
wait until you got birds around and you got a white vehicle, and it
Oh,
will
God.
stain through the clear coat. You know, a couple spots.
or a gray Cadillac.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Zach.
Guess what? I have news. I did a product review video last week on the grow bags. I contacted the company to tell them that I did, and yesterday they replied and said they will send me a 20-pack of 10-gallon grow bags for free.
Oh, badass. Oh, hell yeah.
What?
That's awesome, man.
That's
I want to be Zach.
yeah, be a
10
gardener.
pack of fucking yeah, brother.
You got something going on started there, man. Keep doing product reviews and letting them know.
Yeah.
You could end up. Those guys get some serious stuff.
Yeah, 10-gallon bag. You can grow some decent tomato plants out of those. Hell yeah.
Right.
Remember, we knew him before anybody else did. So
Right.
Yeah, before he got famous on us.
Right. One of those bags you could grow like 2 dozen carrots.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And Dragon says buy his magic beans. Nobody wants to touch your beans, Dragon. Keep your innuendos to yourself.
I'm not really interested in the magic beans there, dude. Yeah. There is no golden goose, and he's already laid his eggs.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
hate to
that
say this, but I'm very much like Ragged. I choose my friends very, very closely.
Yeah.
I hold my friends in very high esteem. I have a lot of acquaintances and associates, but my friends I hold in extremely high esteem and loyalty.
yes.
Yep.
And you can count them generally on one hand.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
That's all.
a couple a couple that I call friend, and their family.
Well, as you all know, Hammer's been my friend for over 20 years. So, yeah.
Right.
Right. So,
It's been my humble opinion that that you are thought of by those you associate yourself with. Not exclusively, but largely.
correct.
And if I associate myself with highly honorable, effective, and smart people, that's how I want to be known. Really.
Right.
It's really just that simple.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Makes
And
perfect.
if I'm, I try not to hang out with dirtbags.
Right.
Just saying. Just,
Yeah,
You know,
you're
and
up.
I've got a lot of
He just-
people that call me friend. I just don't use that term loosely. So the ones
And
that
you
I
shouldn't.
consider group with are, yeah. And they're good people. I just, I'm
We have
not
not yet achieved that status, though. You're right.
right.
I get you.
Right. Yep.
Go ahead, Zach. What you got?
I found my true best friend in January actually, and she's beautiful and smart.
Oh, yeah? You got
I
any
think I know who she is. Is her name by chance Kay?
No, he was talking about somebody else, I remember.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah.
Nightingale. Hi.
And there's Nightingale. How you doing?
I knew him and Kay were pretty good buddies.
Huckleberry's in YouTube, and Evie, I think she's still here. Go ahead, Zach.
I cut Kay off because I'm sick of her shit.
Right on, man.
Oh my God, there it is. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You can close it all down now. It's done. We're done. There it is. That's what I've been waiting on.
He had to get over that puppy love shit, get that fever out of his blood.
I am so glad. I am so glad, Zach. You make me so proud.
Use your head, the big one on your shoulders, not the little one between your legs.
Oh, that was blunt. That was awesome. I get along with Kay. I like Kay, but that was awesome. That was good. That was blunt. I like blunt. I'd rather people be honest than not say what's on their mind. That was awesome, Zach.
You're an animal, sir. You're a
Oh.
genuine animal and a savage now, and I love you for it. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
That was. Oh, glory.
Oh, great. There she goes again. She's drunk again. And on a mission. Hold on a second. Damn it.
I think
Nothing
I
new
missed
here,
that.
right?
Do what?
Nothing
think I
new
missed that.
here. Drunk night
Well-
chat. I mean, what? What's just same show, different night? It's all.
Right. It's our cheers. It's fucked up. It's weird, and it's us. We're all the land of misfit toys, and that's just the way it is.
Go
You
ahead,
know?
Zach.
Go ahead, Zach.
I loved her, but she kept going back to ditch it, so I had to walk away.
Right.
I got you through to see somebody. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing. Listen, all of us can stand around and tell you exactly what to do, but until you do it, you won't ever learn it. So, congratulations, sir. Welcome to the He-Man
Hey,
Woman
buddy.
Haters Club.
Later spoke. God, just how blunt that was. That was. Yeah, that was.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
you're a rock
who
star
among
now.
us with a pair, who among us with a pair has never done that? Has never done that? Who? Because I can't raise my hand. I've done that more than a couple times. Walk
Yeah,
away. You
we
gotta
can only
walk
do
away.
that
You gotta
from.
fucking, even no matter how good the shit is, you gotta walk away from it.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna kill you.
Oh yeah.
You know it's gonna kill you. So you walk away. Who among us has
Sometimes
not
you
done
don't.
this? Thank you very much. We all have.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes you don't learn as quick as you should, but you still gotta
Exactly.
say that's
Some of us take twice, 3 times, 4 times. Some of us grovel more than we should. I'm not going to
Mhm.
raise my hand here because that would be ugly. But
Yeah,
go ahead,
Oh,
Zach.
Zach.
And he doesn't even fucking want the baby either.
Oh my God,
That's rough.
dude, I don't know what to say there. I really don't. I just won't try to seduce naked sluts. Chat. I don't want to. I want to stay away, but I can't. I want to stay away, but I can't. Huck, I don't know why I can't burn. I can ban, I can remove, but I don't know what that's going to do. I know timeout will shut it down.
well,
I'll put a ban. So
it
go
can
ahead.
be done in. It can be banned from StreamYard.
On StreamYards. Okay, I'll next time it comes up, I'll throw the big heavy on it. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
My bad.
I
That's all I saw was flag or timeout, so that's what I was hitting real quick.
I think I have a remove, but I'm not sure. We're gonna
And
give
I
it
might.
a shot next time, though. Next opportunity, I'm fucking swinging that band hammer, baby.
I know I accidentally banned Bill on YouTube the other
Oh,
night.
right.
Oh shit.
The text scrolled, I guess, and I clicked the button. I was like, and I permabanned him, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Because I hit the, and I had to explain, we can't bring him back on that channel because we can't access the admin on the channel itself.
Don't accidentally ban me there. That's how I get to you guys.
Right? No, but yeah, yeah, she just won't stop.
Well,
Yeah.
you kind of have to ask yourself, how sad is it that she wants to be somewhere where nobody wants her to be? Go ahead, there, Zach. Talk to me, brother. Birds and bees. Well, that's my mom said. Yep.
And guys, I'm sorry for talking bad about her, but I walked away in January.
Dude, you ain't got to be sorry for nothing. Oh, whoa. Time out, brother. You're doing so the right thing. There's not a fucking testosterone wearing penis up here that'll tell you you're doing the wrong thing. You did the right thing.
Ragged. Well, never mind. I won't get into that. His last
Okay,
comment.
let me try this.
I won't brag.
Okay, I threw the block up.
See, I would go there, Ragged, to visit.
Tell me
you.
if it's effectively blocked, please.
It is. It shows it on my end. Ragged, I would go there to hang out with you, but you would be very mad at me by the time I left. No women would pay attention to you anymore while I was there.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a bar with Sing because Sing's like a chick magnet. So if you go to a bar with Sing, you are not getting laid. Sing, on the other hand, is going to get laid. And I've never met the guy, so you know.
And I'm fugly. I can just talk.
There you go. See,
I shouldn't repeat this because it's bad. And these are my Catholic cousins that they used to always tell me, they're like, I swear to God, you could talk the panties off a nun. And I probably shouldn't repeat that, but yeah, I'm a talker. I had to be
All right.
something. Didn't get the look, so I had to learn to talk.
okay. King is smooth. Yeah, he's a smoothie. All right. Me, I'm not.
Yes.
I got these
Don-
jagged, hard, fucking squared off, high speed, fucking high velocity words that I use, and people hate them. And they grate up against people, and they just don't like me. They don't like hearing what I have to say.
Don has the approach of hit him with a club, drag him off by the hair. That's Don's approach.
You're right. I am. Zach, go ahead, brother.
Hey now, I can get any lady I want because I share my birthday with Hugh Hefner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Dude, I know you can. I know you're a smooth individual. There's no doubt in my military mind. Look, chicks just dig up all over you. Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. A bunch of ugly though. I mean, that's a different animal completely.
Ragged, I was going to say something about that, but you know what? I'm not going to do that.
So you got a thing for the I don't mean to pry, just letting you know I love you, Kay. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we all love you, Huck. And if you're getting any lip here, let us know so we can swing the hammer. I just go up.
Get Emerald to
2, 3,
unbutton a couple buttons on his shirt. Huck will be happy for the night.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If Wiz would just act a little sluttier, then Huck would be fine.
It doesn't help me, okay?
There you go. I mean, dude. I mean, you can't argue with it. You just can't.
Oh, she won't deny it. She'll straight up. I was just kidding, Ragged. I can't. Yeah. I'm not a. Yeah.
So I'm a hook platoon
got me
up
beat.
with the Area 51 shirt. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sing.
No, I was just letting Ragged know. I was just playing. He's got me beat. He's the man. 6 foot plus. Jesus. If they're 6 foot plus and they wear heels, they're going to be taller than me.
I got a theory about tall girls, but don't ask.
Never mind. I won't say nothing. I just got to dig a hole.
I had a cowgirl, and this is coming from a girl. So if anybody's mad at me, this was coming from a girl. We're having a conversation, and she told me, she's like, well, I'm sure, tall girls are fun because they can wrap their legs around you, but a short-legged girl, you got to remember, is a lot funner because we always tried. That's what she said. So that came from a girl. So
Dude,
you girls can't get mad at me because
I am sure that you have heard some stories from some chicks. No doubt that some chicks have told you some shit.
they're
Oh, yeah.
dirtier minded than a lot of guys. A lot of women are.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I used to call them? Those bathroom girls.
Well, I mean, you
Always
just
hang out in the
you just
bathroom.
Guys, and some guys have figured it out and other guys haven't, but you just need to figure out how to turn the slut on and the slut off. And the rest of it is
Safely.
safely.
Yes.
And
Turn
I
it-
can't
turn-
know.
Have to be done very particularly and in the right
Does.
time and space.
Exactly. It's a very sensitive thing. Extremely highly detailed. I have no clue about it.
I've been
Fuck this
dragged
bullshit.
to a closet before. Yeah.
Huck says I'm full of shit.
Oh, okay.
But we knew that was coming.
You've been what now? Say that again. I'm not sure I got that right.
Well, it has the follow through with. It's very specific about when you turn them on and when you turn them off. I was responding to his, being able to thing like that. You have to be
No,
very.
I don't want any backlog. I want to hear what you said.
Well, the
What
blind,
you say it again.
yeah, you turn them on in the wrong place. It
Go
can get
ahead.
strange.
Yeah, I'm not telling any tales here. If we're ever in the back room again, like we were when we started here, I'll tell some tales. And I'm not telling tales live online, but I bet you we got some we could share that are pretty interesting.
Well,
Oh no, dude, no habla.
No.
I don't know.
Well, that's
Fucking
the story, Rick.
habla.
Not to tell you anything else. I mean, that's just straight up. I would. I just don't talk about that stuff. But yeah, that's all we needed to know. It's relevant.
Yeah, stories that will not be shared
Right.
live
All
online.
right, I'm doing a hard right turn here. On
Let's
on
just say I
story
have
line.
been forgiven. Okay. Let's
Okay,
just
you're
remember.
all forgiven. Ominous Obispo, and everything's cool, and life is a dream, and that's
The Lord is good. Yeah. I'm putting my stories on Pornhub. That's it.
Y'all still there? My phone just screwed up.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Zach? No. Okay. But yeah.
I'm back. Can you all hear me? Cool. Yeah, my phone just screwed up. I was locked out of everything there for a bit.
what the fuck.
Did you spaz out too?
The gods do not like me today.
Man, it's time for five. Fire in the bowl. It's
I
11.
started getting a bunch
Yeah.
of pages popping up. I had to close out all sorts of pages.
Fire in the bowl. Ding in the key of F. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.com.
So, Huckleberry, who said you were not funny, sarcastic, smart aleck with a sense of humor? I mean, even twisted sometimes.
Yeah. It gets like that.
Question mark. Who's calling you out there? Who's saying, well, no? Sometimes I wonder if Huck avoids me. Huck avoids a lot of people. Sheriff, there's my brother right there.
Which you
Hey,
Twitch
Sheriff.
hates Don. Yeah, Twitch does hate Don. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you very much.
It's done.
It's true. He's fucking dead on point. Twitch hates Don. It's true. Huckleberry's my favorite. Yeah, Huckleberry's a lot of people's favorite.
The irony is, Don, one thing that we've got a lot in common about that you and I are alike on is people either really like us or really hate us. There's no middle ground. I know there's none for me. It's always been that way for me.
Originally too. It's like, you know,
Well, I've actually even figured out a formula. About of 4 people that surveyed, 3 of them don't like me. That's it. 75% of the people on the planet don't care for me or my opinion. 10% of them want me dead, but that's, you know, that's a BLM kind of Antifa. Go ahead, Zach.
Well, hey guys, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. Have a great night.
Dude, you also.
Take care, man. Thank you for coming up.
So,
It was good to see you.
good call on, you know, on your love life there. Very good call.
rock on, man. Congrats. And good job on the taters, man.
Job on the taters, yeah.
Keep going because you can still plant. You can still plant. You still got time. You still got 45 days of grow time. So you can grow quite a bit. Carrots, beets, all kinds of different stuff. All right. I
Take
want to see
care,
more.
buddy.
Yeah. Rock on. Salute. Do well, Patriot.
I mean, we got 17 people watching now. But you believe that shit? 17 people actually want to hear what we have to say.
For
That's
as
amazing.
upset as everybody is at us, yeah, that's pretty good.
Or, you know, there's 15 lurkers and there's 2 people. But no, the chat's pretty active. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, I guess not everybody on the planet hates me. Tonight. Right? Anyway,
Huck is naughty. Huck is naughty. Don't let her fool you. Huck is naughty.
Huck, you know what, Wiz? Huck needs a spanking.
She would.
You
Don't,
need
Yeah,
to
don't say
step
that.
up and do the right thing. Okay.
Don't
Don't-
get me started.
You're going to commit him to
Do it for
something.
the rest of us.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
do
yeah. Come on now.
Do it for the rest of us. You
She's
know
gonna
what?
get me trying to feel beat me with a stick.
Well, okay. I mean, if that's the way it works, the other way around, that's fine. But something's got to give here, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my lord.
I mean, if you're the one taking the spanking, okay, let her do her thing. But she's sharp tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, those are sharp edges.
He's already in the doghouse, so you ain't seen.
Yeah,
So
I'm
there you
already-
go, brother. You're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I'm toast.
One of them talks shit in the chat all the time. I wonder who to. What do you mean? Are you wondering? Are you trying to put a face on me? If that's the case, then here I am. Taking out issue what they want.
I'm actually ragged.
I'll
I'm
tell you what,
TikTok,
though.
but
I was glad to hear that that Zach had what did he say? Left the bitch or something
oh
like
god,
that.
it was glorious how he put it. I mean, there was no punches pulled. He was
It was
done.
wonderful. You're right. It was glorious. It was glorious how he put it.
And nothing against anybody. I get along with everybody on that is how he was done. I mean, he made up his mind. That was it. Hey,
You did? Yeah.
that's off to you, brother. Yeah,
Step
Ragged,
up,
I
step
am-
away. There you go.
right. Ragged, I'm still honestly, I really am still upset all that COVID crap happened when I was wanting to go to see the castles. And where England is still kind of nutty about it, even for this September, but I'm still not going. But someday, if I do make it over there, I'll go visit you and we could go hit a pub. I am not going back to your house though, because you mentioned putting me in a dungeon.
Yeah, he
And
lives
that's
out
creepy.
there in Dover too, so that's a fur piece out. It really is, even for the tube, even for the train. South Carolina
Actually,
Beach.
Zach, I either the Louisiana or the Okeechobee, Florida. I'm thinking of trying to go to one of the mud fests. Take my 4-wheeler down and play around in the mud.
Zach, did I tell you that I had been all up and down the beaches of South Carolina from Myrtle Beach in the north through uh, Charleston, down into Edisto, down around Savannah. I've been through all of that down Route 17. I loved Route 17. He used to take Route 17 out of Charleston, headed south, and it was covered with moss. So it was a very overgrown road. Um, but it goes
Nice.
all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida. Anyway, that's all. That was my formidable years in the United States Canoe Club.
Furthest east I've been is Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Let me see. The furthest east I've been. The furthest east
Oh,
I've been is I went through the Mediterranean, through the Suez Canal, into the Indian Ocean, and into the Straits of Hormuz and into the Persian Gulf. That's the furthest east I've been.
nice.
Boris is a loser. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Ragged, you would love having me over there, dude. We'd be smarting off to everybody. I'm sure somebody would whoop our ass by the time we were done.
Sorry, was answering
Do
some.
English let Scottish Americans in? Yes. Well, I mean, even if they don't let us in, we'll just force the fucking issue. That's what we do. Right?
Just addressing some business.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let me see. So Ghost, I wanted to tell you what I discovered at mygmrs.net. Extremely cool. Basically, there's a nationwide GMRS network, the network we were talking about last night. As a matter of fact, there's a closed repeater in Orem, Utah. Parris Island, South Carolina, there, baby. Yeah, that's marine land. Too many jarheads go there to die and be fed to the sand fleas guarding the cliffs of Dover. We are
Dang.
hot tempered and loud. Yes, we are.
Ragged went from wanting me to go over there. Now he's like threatening me to stay out.
So I just
From what I
recently
understand,
learned that we still
what's that?
require the vaccine to get into the United States. If you're flying into the United States, you're required to get the vaccine.
That's why I'm not going anywhere right now. Because everywhere you go, if I wanted to go see
Except
castles,
if you're an
anywhere,
American citizen. Except if you're an American citizen, you have a return ticket. They're not required to get a vaccine.
yeah, but if I wanted to go into England, fly into England, or if I wanted to fly into anywhere in Europe, I'd have to have it.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. At this point in the program.
Yeah.
I see
So-
that eventually going away.
Yeah. So I'll wait it out and just look around America. We got plenty of stuff to see here.
We
And
got
actually
some
some
pretty
more-
cool stuff here. Yep.
Some more interesting lost history here, I think, that we need to research, and I would have fun doing. To me, that would be a
Okay.
vacation.
Whose cliff is Huck gonna climb? Oh. Dragon's Cliff.
Right.
So anyway, yeah.
So, what's your guys' opinions on those Native American mounds? I think they're older than what they say personally. Like that they
How
have
old
in
do they
Missouri.
say they are? How old are they?
They say they were like pre Columbus era Native American tribes that did it. So
So pre 1400, 1600.
I think they're talking like 12, 1300.
Okay, that's not really that old. What is that? That's 1,000 years. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, and I think it's
Have they thrown? If there's some carbon in there that they can date, then that's what they need to do.
it's illegal to dig into them. You cannot dig into them. And they even
Ah,
stopped people when they started getting some of the better GPR that could go like 60, 80 foot down. They stopped letting people GPR them.
well, then there's nothing we can do with that.
Yep. Kind of
But I
weird.
mean, if it's 1,000 years is not really, that's for an Indian tribe, for a Native American Indian tribe, that's not really a reach.
No,
I mean,
and I think it's
the natives were here when Columbus got here. That we know because he wrote
Right.
about it. So that's 1600, right? So Columbus sailed the ocean blue 1492 or something like that, right?
Yep.
So 1500. He's here in 1500. The Indians are already here. So for the Indians to be here in 1200, it's not even a reach. Not even a reach. And
oh no, but
mounds,
I
we're discovering different forms of mounds all over the planet now. From
And-
the Eastern European, Serbian mounds, pyramids, to all those mounds and pyramids down in Central and South America. And I'll shut up. Go ahead.
no, and I've got no doubt there were Native Americans here well before that. I mean, we know that they came across Bering Strait, around Alaska, and I think though the eastern part of the U.S., I believe it, and they're proving with some of the bones they're finding in the swamps now in Florida. In 2018, I think was one of the first discoveries. They were building some housing networks in the swampy area. We're digging up, and in the marsh they found a lot of skulls. They thought they found a murder site. Turned out to be like a prehistoric burial ground, and they were so preserved because of the water they're in didn't have a lot of oxygen, and the water wasn't really oxygenated. So they, in those marshes, they're really well preserved. They had European ancestry. So I think the Europeans, whether over the ice shelf or even, over the ocean somehow, or even well before that, it could be when the seas were really low. It's hard telling how many land or island chains were popping up everywhere that they could have just hopped across or whatever. But I do think there was a European colonization here well before we think there was.
I agree. I mean, we all know that there was a lot of land before the water raised 400 feet. And we do know
Right.
the water raised 400 feet.
And they talk about, well, it would be visible, but it's also been proven that ocean currents break down a lot of those things if they've been underwater for a long time. So there could be, underwater mounds that don't exist anymore that could have been, above elevation, land. So it's impossible to tell what could have been there and is eroded.
Sorry, chewing. Absolutely correct. They've already found statues in the Mediterranean, in cities that were there when the Mediterranean was not as high.
Yep.
So they've carved stuff before the water went high. When did the water go high? 12,000, 15,000 years ago? When? When did it flood? When
Began.
did the flood happen? Do we know that?
Oh gosh. I don't think they've really tracked it down. I think the flood was towards the latter part of the ice age. Or no, well, actually, we're still in the latter part of the ice age since we still have polar ice caps. But I think it was in a later era because they said it was a quick melt. It wasn't the initial melting that did the flood, from what I understand. I could be wrong.
So, depending on who you talk to, there are actually various different floods. For instance, there was a flood in Mesopotamia when the water went high. And they wrote about it on those clay tablets using cuneiform. Go up on panel, Ragged. Come on.
Right. And I agree. I mean, every civilization has some sort of, and I don't even like calling it myth, but I'll label it how it's labeled now, that has a flood myth in their, every civilization has a flood myth.
I don't even think it's a myth.
I don't either.
So, a couple of things. We know that the ice caps, the big ice caps, melted and rose the oceans, all of them, 400 feet. But we also know that the entire northwest of the United States has glacial melts of various degrees and big lakes and floods, and I mean cataclysmic, killing, deadly fucking floods coming out of those glaciers during the receding of the last ice age, which was 12 to 15,000 years ago. So we know that happened in the Northwest. We also know that happened around the Great Lakes. We also know that happened in Europe and various and in sundry other places. Here's my point. All of those things happened inland, not ocean land. And they all happened around exactly the same time, but they all happened to different peoples of the time. Does that make sense, what I just said? And I'm just
That
rambling
perfect
now.
sense.
I'm just really stoned.
That makes sense. I mean, it was put in so many
But this
stories
is Uncle Don's
throughout
theory.
time.
That's all.
I
Yeah,
just
you're
did.
right. A lot of stories. All of them true
Right.
in one form or another.
And it does disturb me that they in textbooks and stuff they call them myths, and I disagree with it too. I don't think it's a myth. I think even geology has proven the floods that they discuss were not myths. They happened.
Now there is a specific time scale that reaches back about 60,000 years, and it's called. You ready for this? The Mayan calendar. There were two previous calendars to it, and the third one just ended. They know what the hell's going on.
You mean like the Mayan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was all based on celestial events,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we got to worry about. Yeah.
I'm just trying to make some sense around the flood myth or the big deluge that everybody seems to have a writing about in a lot of different places. And they all seem to occur around the same time, 12,000 to 15,000 years ago, which we all know. What is it? The Younger Dryas was upon us.
That was Diluvian.
And the big, the glaciers were receding and the oceans were filling with that receding ice. So
Correct.
here's where we fail. Here's where we fall. we as a people and as scientists or thinkers or whoever we are, we have a lot of disparate facts, don't we?
Mhm.
We got a shit ton of facts that we know to be true. We have no correlation of those facts along timelines. And
Right.
we're just starting to do that, and we need to start telling that story. There needs to be the correlation of the timelines to understand better how even just recent civilizations 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000 years ago.
Well, it doesn't matter which one you study, you're always going to be into space, star times, the star maps, and the stars will line up at the time when they're supposed to with what they're aligned with when they were built. And a lot of those dates go 10,500 years,
One of
which would be
one
right
of our
after
biggest problems,
Oblivion.
in my opinion, one of our biggest problems is they need to get politics out of science and history. And then I think we'd move forward and find a lot of this out quicker.
There you go. That's exactly
Because
right.
it sucks that you get a lot of mainstream archaeologists. Well, look at what they did to the geologists going over to Egypt. They basically stopped geologists from doing any studies in Egypt.
Now get this. Do you understand why?
Oh yeah, because the Sphinx had they proved that it had deterioration and weathering from water, and there hasn't been an ocean in that area for 10,000 years.
Exactly.
So it would put the Sphinx, and they're not even saying the pyramids, but it would definitely put the Sphinx at around 10,000 years old.
Yes.
That's interesting to me.
Right. So you understand where I'm coming from with this. All this political bullshit is just entertainment, guys. It's man-made, man fucked it up, man can fix it. Okay. Maybe it takes the hand of God to save us from ourselves, I guess. I put it that way. But yeah, there's a lot bigger picture going on here, and we need to be concerned with. And there's a reason I do what I do. So I don't know. I know that God, I'm here for a reason. God, I've been dead twice. I've been sent back. So yeah, I'm here for a reason. I'm still trying to figure out what that reason might be. But I have a feeling the only thing we get to carry through, we can guarantee we can carry through this mess, is the knowledge we acquire, the things we know. You know what I'm saying? So, and the most important, those are the relationships, the loved ones.
My big thing is I've got that hunger. I want to know. Things don't add up. So I want to understand where I don't like missing links. I've never been good with missing links. If there's a missing link, then something's wrong with the theory, in my opinion. So when we do a lot of these historical analysis on where, if you go through, academia, a lot of the historical analysis that we learned has already been proved wrong. That any of us on this, and I think I'm the youngest up here right now. I'm 45. Shit, I try to make myself a year older, but I'm 45, and even everything I learned in science, or not science, but in history, a lot of it's changing. So.
Well,
But it takes too long to change.
Be better known. But the whole thing is, out of all the research I've ever done, and I've done a lot, I've never found anything to contradict the Bible. Period. Maybe allegories, but those stories are real, even if they're not original. You know what I'm saying? Because they were passed down. And there were books you were supposed to know before you read the Bible, so that you'd understand the references to those books. One of them being Book of Enoch, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I got to answer. Huck, you're a member. I told you 45. Told you when I was born.
That means your ice cream is too frozen. If you're breaking plastic spoons, and your ice cream is too frozen.
But all I know is my day to day, God puts it in front of me, and that's what I do. I mean,
You
I
know,
wake up.
even if
What am I doing today, Lord?
you know,
Joke.
and that's why I tell everybody it's called faith for a reason. Even if there's something that comes up that may put question into it, I still have my faith. You know, it may add a question, but I still got my faith. I know there's something else out there. So, you know, something greater, and that's something that's good and, you know, drives us to be good and holds us accountable for being good. You know, good people, you know, doing good things, not doing evil things. So nothing ever shakes that. But I think that's what gives me the ability, and all of us the ability, to question things. Like with the Bible, you know, to me it was written but down by man trying to understand the word of God. So of course, if man is involved, it could be flawed, you know, and that ticks people off when they hear me talk about the Bible that way. But they forget that it was written down by a man. But they're like, but it was words of God. But it's like, yeah, but what if that was altered to meet the means of the men at the time? You know, so we've got to question it. We've got to have our own relationship, an individual relationship with God. It can't be based on what somebody else's interpretation is. My opinion.
Exactly.
But as for the history,
Personal.
Oh.
It has to be
Right.
between you and God. That's it.
right now, the history aspect,
So I have no faith, none whatsoever, and people are stupid as fuck.
Well, whether you got faith or not, people stupid as fuck.
So there you go.
I
Or I have complete and utter absolute faith that people are stupid as fuck. There you go.
I think I could say I'm beyond faith on that one. I actually know people are stupid as fuck.
Praise the Lord and pass ammunition.
and sorry, I was reading chat, but yeah, and I got no problem if somebody doesn't believe. That's what I say. It's their own personal. Everybody's got to come to that. That's what irritates me so much with people that push people into going, or push their, you know, force their religion on other people, or force this belief or force that belief. And the Christianity I know is about spreading the word, not forcing people to do something. You can't, you know, it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink, type of thing. Is all you do is spread the word, spread, you know, and lead by example, and go from there. Allow people to choose on their own. Don't hate them if they don't believe. Don't hate them if they do believe. You know, everybody's an individual. They're going to have to do their own thing and come to their beliefs on their own. And certain things lead people to it a different way. And, you know, it's one of those deals. I don't hate anybody for not believing or believing differently. I think that's a fool's.
That's on their own. That's between them and
all-
God. That's a personal relationship between them and God. That's what they have to figure out.
And if they don't have one, hey, that's, you know, that's between you and yours. That's none of my business.
Right.
Okay. So with reference to, you know, you or yours, that's completely a personal affair and should always be. I'd like to address the black cherry ice cream in the chat.
I'm saying diet.
Damn is all I'm saying, is damn.
Yeah,
and when I say people are
listen.
stupid, I mean people that are not in the chat with us. Because if you're here, you're a pretty smart person.
Right.
Oh man, brownie and milk, Jesus.
No, that
The
black
devil
cherry sounds
invented the
better.
internet. Yes, he did. But as the superhero says to the guy, I must learn to use my powers for good and not evil. Right. So I have to learn to use my powers of using the internet for good and not evil. Because trust me, there's a whole lot of evil out there that, well, you know what they say about the finding evil. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
And that's a saying that I heard. It's like, a lot of people use the devil, but why do we need to use the devil when humans themselves are able to create some of the worst evil in this world that we've seen? So I think that's a blame. See, now religiously, I don't really believe in the devil. So I believe humans are quite capable of some very evil things on their own. And that's just a blame thing. And like Don said, there's plenty of it out there. And it's sad.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to turn into a pumpkin and see you a little bit later. And we had a little bit of clouds today, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on. Just wanted to preface that.
Hold on, the girls are getting sweets now, so I'm actually thinking about going and getting a ding dong and putting it in my lips. But
I didn't have time for pie. I had to have a cupcake because I'm out of pie.
You think you got time for a cupcake or something else that might turn Huckleberry on for a few minutes? Let me go get a ding dong.
Go get a ding dong.
Yeah, and I'll keep it going for a little bit more. I'll say till the top of the hour, but last time Don and I got to talking, I said till the top of the hour, and I think it was an hour and a half later that we finally closed it down.
All right, guys. Doing well, Patriots. I'll see you tomorrow.
Right on. Take care, man.
Feel free to start it up tomorrow night. That's up to you guys. I'm only Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah. I probably won't be able to tomorrow night. Wednesday, I've got to be to work at 4:30, so I have to get up at 3:30. Fun.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
The rest of
if I get time, I'll hop on. So, yep. Definitely.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 2.5 years every night, and I'm gonna get back to.
I'll be right back.
So, I need to get on with some other things as well.
No, I get it.
I'm gonna be getting real busy, and I'm gonna want to work. I'm gonna figure out. I think I got a light solution, so I can actually do some work after the dark kind of thing going on. So
I'm keeping it going. You all don't have to go to bed yet. I'm keeping it going. They're saying goodnight to each other. It's like no. They want you, man, not me.
I'm the only one leaving.
they're like screw Singh, man. He's staying on. Emerald's leaving. We're leaving.
No, I'm just the only one leaving. Talk to you later.
Take care, man. Jeez. I see how y'all are. Emerald leaves, buttons up his shirt. I knew Huckleberry would be mad, but right on, Zach. I knew Zach would say he's my buddy. Zach, I'm not a fan of Ouija boards either, buddy. I never have liked Ouija board. It's only 5:30 a.m. Ragged. Some of us sleep. Some of us need sleep. We're not, able to go without sleep constantly. Ragged lives here. Right on. Too bad we didn't have another like 24-hour chat like we used to have back in the day. There was 24-hour chats. People came on at all times. You have a square body Chevy? Oh, nice. Mid 70s, late 70s. Oh, do I? Oh God, there's all sorts of square body Chevys. I actually have a 79, just finishing up for my niece. Gonna give it to her. So, but yeah, there's a lot of square body Chevys around here. But my concern is that she's got a lead foot, and I souped the crap out of that motor. It's got a little 350 Chevy that I put a really big carburetor and a really hot ignition in, and a decent cam, and wasn't thinking, just got carried away putting cool stuff on it for her. And now that little 350 has some serious power to it. Hey, Jason, hope you're doing good, man. There's Don. He's got his ding dong. You're still on mute, by the way, if you didn't remember.
I'm chewing, so yeah, I'm on mute.
Oh, right on. I appreciate that. So some of the guys, yeah, some of the guys will eat what they're on. With my OCD, it drives me nuts, especially when they're crunching on chips or something. I'll have to like mute everything.
Ding dong's in my neck. Where's Huckleberry at? Right? Ding dongs, baby.
Oh yeah, 4, 5, 6 years ago, those were the ideal times, Ragged, before they started shutting all these chats down because they disagreed with them. They had a lot of 24-hour chats everybody came together on. 7 years ago, or I guess it's been about 8 years ago now, is when I first met Pat and a lot of these guys. That was the heyday for chats. Hard to believe they put up with me for 8 years. And as you can tell, I don't agree with a lot of things with everybody on either side. So they definitely put up with me on that one.
Well, you're a pushover.
I'm a Libra, so by nature I search for balance.
There was a day when I was substantially more tolerant than I am now.
And I'm getting less and less tolerant. I'm trying not to. It's just you get jaded, and
You will.
I'm getting to that
with age.
Yeah.
You will get more
Yeah.
tolerant with age. You have to.
Yeah. And it is, and a lot of it's the lack of tolerance that's out there. Then you just start getting your own life tolerance. And like you say, I mean, I used to never use the word dumb or stupid or anything, but there are some people out there that are just, they don't use their heads at all. And it's hard to think anything else.
The thing is, I don't believe that the entire populace is stupid or dumb. I really don't think these
No.
people are stupid or dumb. I think they're just lazy.
Yeah,
That's all. They're just not.
I can see that.
They don't want to read past the first sentence. They don't
Right.
need
Now, don't
to
get me
see
wrong.
past. Exactly.
There are some that are dumb, though. You
That
can lay
the populace
everything out
will
to
always
them.
have that, right?
Yep.
But by and large, I don't believe that we as a populace are a stupid people. I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe so either. And you know, even there's a lot of people that confuse me on their analysis of things when they analyze something, come up with something completely different that makes no sense to me, because to me it's like right there, how are you not seeing this type of thing? But, and I'm not saying they're stupid, they just analyzed it differently. And
Really, because I'm finding that they never analyzed it at all.
a lot of
They
them don't.
never went through a critical analysis in their head.
Right.
They never thought it through, much less 5 or 6 or 10 steps into it. You know, so
Then
we know what
there are
happens in
those,
step 1 and step 2 and step 3, but then what happens in step 4 and step 5? Anyway.
and well, and like you say, they don't go past a lot. So many don't go past the first sentence. They read the headlines and go by that. And the headlines are so misleading all the time. And this is on both sides. This isn't one side or the other. This is on all sides politically, all sides science, all sides everything. Too many people just read the headline and then go off of that. And that's it. To me, I'm looking for that core, the whatever's in the middle that the headline doesn't cover. I want to find the real intriguing stuff that the headline doesn't cover, because the best part of any story is not going to be in the headline. That headline's going to draw you in, but the truth and the best part of any story, whether any of our topics, historical, whatever, is going to be in the center of that juicy part of that. And that's why I used to like Scientific American, but that got political.
There's a whole bunch of learning that I like to do. Like I'm really digging some of the new pictures that James Webb Telescope is bringing.
Mm.
There's some really cool stuff. And also then now they're retasking Hubble where it's getting some really close-ups of our planets in our solar system. Hubble has done some Jupiter work in the last couple of weeks that has been really impressive.
The part that amazes me is the genius that went into developing how they're able to track the mass of some of these planets. They're able to tell by the warble of the star, not just the little tiny dot of the planet going through, because actually you really can't see it. You could tell there's something there, but you wouldn't really be able to analyze, how big it is and everything. They're able to tell the mass by the warble that it gives the sun and everything. It's amazing how they're able to do that.
They do some really strange shit. They really do.
Yep.
I'm not sure all of it's absolutely. I mean, they use scientific theories to come to the conclusion of a mathematical equation. That's cool.
Oh, right. It's not perfect in any way.
But how? I'm not sure that all of it is as accurate as they want us to believe. In other words, all of these theories are not absolutely true. They're still just theories. You have to understand that. Now, some of them are highly accurate theories. Some of them have a lot of evidence theories, but some of them are just reaches of imagination that scientists have done.
You're preaching to the choir on that. Yeah.
Which is great because we need reach too. We do. The world needs to be wrong every once in a while. And these guys do a pretty good job. I think our scientific community does a real good job in that. My opinion.
And
just my opinion.
Those theories, whether they prove to be accurate or not, those theories, I always like the analogy that every theory is a rung in a ladder. Whether it's right or wrong, it's getting us to the point.
Okay. Okay, I'm a believer in the 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing.
I got you.
You make some progress, you figure some stuff out, and then you figure out that some of the half of that stuff was wrong. So you're back to the drawing board on that. And that's cool because you need that.
The rungs in the ladder, I think, kind of implies the same meaning as, the whole Edison, when he was inventing the light bulb, went through like 80 different ideas or whatever.
Yep.
And he
say
saw
night,
it
night to Nightingale.
Oh, Nightingale, good night.
Heading out. Hey, glad to have you, girl. Always love to see you here. Same back time tomorrow night.
And his outlook was cool because it wasn't that he had, 80 some failures. It was he found out 80 some ways not to make a light bulb.
Not to make a light bulb, exactly. And that's absolutely true.
And that optimism is the difference between good inventors too. That optimism, because if they don't have that optimism, they'll stop after, a few tries. Without that drive and optimism, they've got to have it to become a great inventor.
You know what? Not just inventing. You need that optimism in everything you do. You really do. In engineering, for instance. If you don't have that, you're just going to throw your hands up because guess what? You're going to fail. It happens.
I can see that.
Everybody does. Sure. You're going to fail. Learn from it, grow from it, move on, go do the next thing. but
Yeah,
you're going to fail.
It's not
Learn
just
to
the
deal with it.
victories that make us who we are. It's the failures as well.
Yep. Night, night, nightingale. Night, night, nightingale by night. Ah,
Say that 10
see,
times fast.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't.
Gets a little Debbie one night. That's dogs should have. Who should have little Debbies?
Oh, you need a
an
massive
imagination.
imagine.
I don't have an imagination. I'm not a very imaginative. I'm innovative, but I'm not imaginative. I'm not artistic.
Innovative.
Okay, let me.
Innovative can work too, because innovative, you can take an existing product and make it better. The imagination is if it's like an all new product. The innovation can work for that too,
Well,
if you know a certain
okay, I'm
certain.
confusing imagination with artistic ability,
Oh, I got you.
and they're not. I'm not artistic. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Let me
I
see.
used to be
So
before
yeah,
I
really.
screwed my neck up.
What'd you do?
My bad, bud. Oh,
No, go ahead.
when I screwed
What'd you do?
when I screwed my back and neck up, it gave me tremors in my hands, so I can't have as steady of a hand. So yeah.
So I'm hearing everybody talk about the VA, and apparently we have a brand new big honking VA center in Pahrump, close to me. So I'm thinking I might just drop by there one. I have never used the VA in my life, ever. I've used military when I was in the military, and that was good insurance. TRICARE, wonderful insurance. But outside of that, I've always had private insurance. Good private insurance. I buy the good shit. None of this free health care for my ass. But I'm thinking I might just have to slip by the old VA center over there in Pahrump just to see what they're all about.
Nice.
Go in and say, hey, strawberry shortcake roll or a zebra cake? Yeah, I love the shortcake rolls, the strawberry shortcake rolls. Oh, yes.
Not a fan of the zebra cakes, but I can eat the strawberry shortcake rolls all night long.
I'm thinking,
I'm not a big.
but platoons. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'm not a big chocolate fan though.
I am.
Nice.
I have a freakish problem with chocolate. I really do. That and being type 2 diabetic is just not helping me.
Oh yeah.
But modern medicine has invented these two drugs. This Jardiance, which not only is keeping my sugar low, but keeping my weight. I'm dropping weight like nobody's business. Jardiance and Farxiga, both of them supposed to lack of type 2 diabetic drugs, and I'm eating both of them, and they do wondrous things. I can eat all the chocolate I ever needed on those two drugs, and everything over 7.0 ACL, they just kind of cut off at the top and dump out of my in fluids, out of me in fluids. It's cool.
Nice. I know my mom, for her diabetes, I think my sister takes the same thing, that they're little pins that have it automatically dialed in for their insulin.
I got one of those. I try to stay away from them, but sometimes I need them. Yeah.
She does a long-lasting one and a short-lasting one, and those prices.
There you go.
Holy cow! Did those prices go up?
I have the same ones. The long-lasting is a Basaglar, and the short-lasting is a Novalox pen.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The orange pen and the gray pen. I have the same ones.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And you will cover every bit of that copay for every one you fill because they are pricey.
Really? Because they cost me nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Yeah. I get them 90 days at a time, which is 3 boxes
Yep.
of 5
Yep.
pens each. And they cost me $2. I
Wow.
think the last bill I got, the last drive-through when I got 4 of my drugs, and only one of them cost me anything, and it was like $1.68.
Wow. I know my sister, she pays a copay on each one. She pays a pretty good fortune every year.
Well, those things get more and more and more expensive. Um,
They do.
I don't know what your boy Joe is going to do. I don't know what his recent thing is going to do for the price. He keeps telling everybody that the price is going to go down. Mine's free healthcare. That's a load of shit, Ragged. You've paid for that your entire adult life. You know it as well as I do. And it's socialized medicine. So now they'll tell you what you're going to get, and you'll like it.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that discussion with you, brother. I will.
Equal,
Chief Ass Monkey.
equal,
He is.
equal health care. I like the
Equal
idea of
healthcare.
equal
What
health-
equal healthcare? Where equal
that,
healthcare?
that everything's affordable to where, well, you got places like the Cancer Research Center of America. I remember when my dad had cancer, we looked into getting him there, but our insurance, even there, his insurance, even though it's really good insurance, would not cover that because apparently it takes millions to get into that.
Get into what?
And the Cancer Research Center of America.
Oh,
There was a guy close to town. He spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars going through treatment there of his own money because a lot of insurance won't cover it. That apparently they have really top end research. And I think a lot of that
I've heard a lot of that. That Cancer Research of America is a pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good if you've got cancer. Yes.
and you better have a lot of money or one of the rare insurances that'll cover it.
Well, see, that's kind of the thing. A lot of insurances won't work with them because they're so big and private.
Yep.
Extremely private. They don't want to get on anybody's formularies. They don't want to get on anybody's insurances because, well, they don't want to pay for it because they don't want to take cut rate. They don't want to take half-ass payments from insurance companies. And I don't really blame them, but I do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's and once
The
again,
NHS, National Health Service, okay? The National Health Service paid for by the people of the UK, which Ragged Coin is one of, in good standing, as I understood, for the last, 1 or 20 years. And
what's your
you've
income
never
tax?
paid, right?
What's your
You've
income
never
tax
paid.
percentage there, Ragged? Ragged, what's
Exactly.
your
You're
income tax
either
percentage?
dirt poor, which means you've gotten everything from the state your entire fucking life, which means you're a mooch, which I don't really think you are. You've never paid. What do you mean you've never paid? You've paid in taxes, my brother. You've paid through your country, creating and doling out every year for the last 100 years the National Health Service. So
and
yes,
I'm
you
gonna-
have paid for it.
I'm going to state something right now that a lot of countries don't like to hear, people from other countries, but Americans have paid for a lot of your guys' good deals that you get on this stuff because Americans pay top dollar for everything. You guys get breaks. So
Yeah,
Americans also
actually
pay
very
for
true.
that. That's a
We pay
frustrating
for
thing.
the
to me.
pharma of a lot of countries. A lot of
Yep.
countries get their pharma cheap because we pay full price.
Those, and it made a lot of countries mad because when Trump was going through and forcing these companies to give us a preferred nations deal on a lot of these medicines, it was making their prices with a lot of these people that have a lot of these countries that have so-called free healthcare, it was making their prices skyrocket to even it all out again. And that made them very nervous and very angry, which is why a lot of these foreign countries went after Trump so bad. And a lot of that had to do specifically with the fact of that preferred nations pricing on healthcare supplies and medicine and stuff like that. And it was nailing a lot of these countries with that free healthcare because they could afford it with us paying top dollar. But if that research has to be spread around to everybody, the research costs, and it does cost a lot to research a lot of these pills and a lot of these medicines and stuff like that. If that gets spread out to all over a lot of these countries will never be able to afford those free healthcare plans. And this isn't just medicines. This is equipment used. It's going to be everything used from a normal doctor's visit to surgeries and everything. America pays top dollar for that. And it benefits the countries with the free healthcares, my opinion. Hey, Colonel Shaw. I'll be right back, Don.
OBKB. Morning, Colonel. How's the world in the Netherlands this morning? I understand gas prices are going up over there. I don't know if that's, petrol gas or natural gas. I think it's natural gas. Ragged, you're right. You're still alive, and that is all that really counts. This country's failing. Dude, I hope not. I like the Netherlands. You guys been around for a long, long, long time. Well, the Russians are going to pull a fast one on that whole maintenance thing and say, well, we can't bring it back online because of sanctions and shit. So no more gas for you. Not failing, falling. I got you, brother. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I went on a rant and then had to turn the dogs out.
That's okay. I'm just talking to Colonel. Yeah, we do live in weird times. Art Bell was my neighbor, as a matter of fact. Yes, sir. In Pahrump.
Hey,
His place is still functional, I think, and is a museum, if I'm not mistaken.
Art Bell, he was the radio guy about like flying saucers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, anything's possible, but I've never seen anything that gives me proof that anything has visited us. Now, the probability, even that, that there's probably some sort of life out there, whether it's, microbiologic or biological or whatever, it could be a virus or something, who knows, but there's probably something else out there.
everybody tells us that the statistical math says that there has to be something out there. Okay.
It with the
I'm
enormous
just not
size of
sure
it, and the
we've
amount
seen
of
it. We will see
yeah,
it. Have seen it, will see it. You know, I'm not sure that we're sitting in the right drop of time or slot of time. There's just so many things that's going to happen for us to meet, for lack of a better
um,
word.
when you do those equations, though, the tricky part is the mathematical equations that they use have a lot of ifs. Because not, I mean, there's no planet even in our solar system that are or our solar system that are even close to identical. There's so many differences just within our solar system. So there's a lot of ifs. It's like if every solar system is the same as ours, well, where not even every planet is the same in our solar system, then how can we determine that every solar system is going to be similar to ours? So it becomes a possibility instead of a probability, therefore a little more difficult to, you know, be said as definitive, I guess. That
We're
make any
finding
sense?
that our solar system is the odd man out. We're not normal. Normal solar systems have two suns.
A
So
lot
we're
of them
not
do.
normal at all.
Yeah. Well, and to really, we don't even know the extent of our entire solar system yet. I mean, because it goes way out past the Kuiper Belt. We don't know what's in the Kuiper Belt. So we don't know the whole
We could have two
spectrum.
suns and not know it. One of them could be a
Right.
black dwarf and not know it. You're absolutely right. Yep.
And we could have anything out there, tugging it a little bit different. There could be, even you take something like Halley's Comet, passes through, goes way out into the Kuiper Belt. It could be going around another sun and flinging between two suns for all we know. It's just
It's going around something. We just don't know what it is.
to send it back. Yeah. And you would think at the speeds a lot of those big time comets are being flung back out, that how are they being flung back in? They're not. I mean, they say they're being pulled back in, but not at that speed. It just doesn't make sense. It's almost like it's got to be being flung back in.
So, yes, Trump is from Mars.
Yeah, definitely.
Shh. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Oh, we're not supposed to. Oh, oops. Okay.
Nope. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think most Americans are from, Ragged? I mean, come on. We just want you to believe we came from Europe and stuff. Nah.
I want to hear from the colonel how the Dutch government is in crisis. Can you give us a couple sentences there, Colonel? Are they ready to pack it in and no confidence vote? What's going on? Too many tractors in Amsterdam?
I do know that from what I understand, they bit off a little more of this global warming stuff that the people didn't necessarily weren't okay with. Oh, he said, yeah, about the no confidence.
I think that's kind of an understatement, but yeah.
Yeah. They just went too deep. Well, and especially, was it the Philippines that pretty much just fell apart because they went all in on the global warming stuff, on their farming and everything, and destroyed their agriculture. And I think it was the Philippines. Maybe it wasn't the Philippines. Whichever island nation it was, the head people had to basically run.
Sri Lanka, I think it
Sri
was.
Lanka. Thank you. Yes, that's what it was.
All right, Colonel, bunch of things. Immigrants, CO2, Ukraine weapons. Okay. I mean, I know you got an immigrant problem. Most of you
Yeah.
European guys do. You're too soft. You're like us. We just won't close the gate.
Are you mad that are people there mad that you're supplying Ukraine with weapons, or are they mad that you're not doing enough? Because I know America's the main one contributing right now. So
Actually,
I presume they
Dutch are
want you
giving
to
up
do
some.
more.
The Dutch are giving up
Are
some
they?
really cool heavy weapons. Yeah,
Right on.
155 howitzers. They got some good portable stuff. He's saying
Food
food
and fuel.
prices, fuel prices.
That's a
Yeah, I get
biggie.
it. Inflation, like
Those are-
everything else, brother.
Yep.
I really
We have
don't
no
think
choice.
CO2 is a problem, but everybody says it is, though.
Well, I can
I'm
definitely
a
tell you
non-believer.
I can definitely tell you we are not doing the right thing to fix it if it were. If we were serious about fixing it, we would be worried about the health of our oceans, for starters, and quit with all this shipping from back and forth and crap like that, and become more self-sufficient as nations. And plus, we would be more concerned about our forests and the health of our forests if we really wanted to combat CO2, if it were truly an issue. Just stopping using stuff, sending us back into the dark ages, will make us have higher footprints, because we will go back to burning things like trees, burning things like, I mean, you can't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get an amen? Praise Lord. Ammunition. UKR talks. We want that UKR talks with Russia, not give bombs. Yeah. You want the peace talks, but nobody else wants the peace talks. We'd all really rather just whip the Russians' ass. We really would. No, I don't think the Ukrainians are Cossacks. I think the Cossacks are closer down around Georgia. Well, I mean, the Russians ain't going to talk peace. They think they got the upper hand. That's an existential thing there, Colonel. I'm sorry. Did I lose Sing? All right, I'll give him a few more seconds to get back up in here, and then after that, I'm headed to bed. It's night time. Yeah, we want the talks. Everybody wants peace talks. Not me though. Nuclear war with what? Russians are going to push the nuclear button? I don't see it happen. They're not going to do it. They're going to talk about it. They're going to threaten to do it because they have the weapons. So they're going to say, "Well, we're just going to threaten you." Dude, I didn't boot you. But that's the thing. If Article 5 says one threat is a threat on one is a threat on all. Nuclear war. What? So you're just going to do whatever Russia says because they got nuclear weapons, right? Because the rest of us ain't going to do that. I'm sorry, Colonel. It's not going to work like that. Just because you got nuclear weapons doesn't mean Night Hut. You think they will do it at a certain point. I don't believe they will. We'll have to be if we're knocking on the gates of Moscow, if NATO is knocking on the gates of Moscow, then maybe nuclear weapons. But not right now. They're just blustering. Half of them ain't gonna see. That's their last nut. After that, there is no more Russia. There he comes. There he comes. Ukraine, it's too late for what? Too late to have a country? Too late to be free? Holy fuck, you're just going to turn Ukraine over to the Russians? Dude, I wouldn't want you as a fucking ally either.
That was the weirdest thing. I was talking away. I don't know how much you heard about my CO2 rant.
I did not hear much about your CO2 rant.
I was talking away, and all of a sudden it just says error. Please try again. It's like, what the heck?
Dude,
So
I
I don't
didn't
know
do
if
it.
I lost
Wasn't
connection
me.
or what. No, I know it was. Yeah, it was like connection or something issue. But no, I was just saying that if they were really concerned about CO2, they'd be more concerned about the health of our oceans and the health of our forests, not just stopping us and sending us back to the Stone Age, which would cause us to have a even bigger carbon footprint because we'd be back to burning trees and whatnot.
Hmm.
But yeah, I stay away from the Russia talk. Everybody gets angry about that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the Colonel's a Putin lover. All those Europeans are close to commies. I get. I can't. I can't do it.
I I I politely
I
disagree.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Oh, you're taking off?
I am, if you don't mind.
No, that's all good. I'll just keep it going for a few more minutes and then I'll shut her down. All right, man. Cool. Take care.
Roger that, sir. I'll talk to you tomorrow night or later on in the week.
Right on. All right. Take care, man. Coffee exposed. Okay. Ragged, you still drinking a bunch of coffee? I don't know. I don't even want to. Last time I talked about redhead, everybody got ticked off at me, so I'm not even going to talk about that. I do know that America's kicking out a lot of money, and that sucks. But I also know that we got to defend democracy. So I don't know. I'm split. But let's go back to. I don't want to upset anybody, so let's go back to the carbon footprints or something. What we all think of the their little fake global warming, their climate change thing, blaming us. Are you taking off, Huckleberry? I was going to stick around for a few more minutes. Yeah, Brexit was a good idea, I think, Dragon. I think it gave England back their anonymity. I figured I'd go till 11:30 my time. It's about another 16 minutes. All right, Huck. Well, take care. Have a good one. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to make it on tomorrow, but all right. All right, Reagan. Everybody has their opinion. I respect that. Yeah. Still, Europe. I don't. I guess maybe I misspoke. I didn't mean to say they weren't Europe. They're not. They got out of the EU. I thought that's what I said. But yeah, getting out of the EU. I think that the Brexit. Actually, I think I said Brexit. Brexit was good for them, I believe. Just northern. Yeah, I prefer peace over everything, but myself, I do believe that they have the right to defend themselves too. And I don't like war, and I definitely don't like people invading a sovereign nation. So I'm old fashioned like that. I think the invading nation probably usually the bad guy. In war, though, you can never really say who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. It all sucks. Well, no, that's wrong. You could say who's the bad guy. It's pretty easy to know who's a bad guy, but yeah. Don't take it too personally, Shaw. Just Northern Ireland. Oh, Ireland. Did Northern Ireland do their own thing to stay in the EU? I know there's some parts that the UK is quite a wild political apparatus with all the different smaller nations within the larger, or nation states, I should say, and sort of, am I defining that properly? Like smaller nation states within a larger nation. I got you, kept Northern Ireland. Right on, Shaw. Yeah, and he likes you too. That's just that's a hard topic. That war, the divides are so great. And I'll admit, I think you know, I pray for the Ukrainian people. I hate to see that a lot of people are driven out of their homes. I don't like that Russia invaded them. Right. Yep. Good to disagree. I avoid it because I don't know if you were around, Colonel Shaw, but a lot of them, when I was in errands, they were furious at me. They thought I don't know. I guess I was, yeah. I pretty much agree with Don on the topic of that I think the Ukrainians have an absolute right to defend themselves, and I think it's good we're helping defend a democracy. But it made a lot of people really mad at me because I didn't agree with them, because a lot of them were on the other side and wish they didn't get mad. But yeah, I mean, they're entitled to their opinion. That's cool. I got no problem with that. I'll debate it, but yeah, it doesn't change my feelings of a person. But when things are that sensitive, that's why I don't do the religious ones either. Because, well, Shaw, you and I think, are pretty much agree on a lot of stuff religiously and everything. And you know how people kind of get a little upset with us when we talk. I think the Russia one is a similar one. So ragged with Northern Ireland, then it on its own is still part of the EU. That's crazy. It's pretty wild though. All right on. Thanks, Zach. Right on, Shaw. Yep. Yeah, and you're right, Ragged. It's a slippery slope with that. I know there's a lot of corruption there. I wish it had never even happened. And but I see the innocent people suffering during any invasion. It sucks. Except I didn't even like it when the U.S. went into Iraq. I thought we needed to finish, cleaning out the Taliban out of Afghanistan, and I didn't want to. I wasn't a fan of going into Iraq. But yeah, and yeah, because actually China, one of their aircraft carriers, they bought from the Ukraine. So it's a slippery slope. It's just world politics. If we could eliminate war as a human species, we'd be doing awesome. But unfortunately, I don't see that happening in our lifetimes. Sometimes it makes you wonder, how far, we talk about like traveling space and stuff like that, and going through, and how far we'd be if you think of all the trillions of dollars every country has ever spent on their militaries. If all that was put into science, which I'm not going to deny. A lot of science has come from the military, but there's if all that money, like say now, if we took out, we're able to get every nation does that, go together and do, you know, space travel and stuff, we'd be colonized on other planets, or at least studying other planets. Maybe not even, I'm not largely colonized, but we'd at least have some science outposts on other planets. It'd be neat to see. Hopefully I live long enough to see that point where nobody's fighting wars anymore, nobody's out to send kids, you know, their kids or loved ones to war. But I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime. Maybe in the next few generations, maybe the next generation will do better than we did on that aspect. And I'm talking worldwide. I'm not putting the blame on anybody. I'm talking worldwide. We as a species just need to get over a lot of that stuff, in my opinion. Oh no, neither. And that's where I can't deliberately take a side. I just know that with that, Putin makes me nervous because he's been in office a long time. He's basically a dictator now, and have a false democracy attack. I don't want to say legitimate because they are pretty corrupt, but another democracy, I don't like it. That's what I don't like. And I do think we learned valuable lessons from World War II. I think Germany was allowed to go on for too long without stepping in. And I think with a little pushback that they're seeing now, if Russia did decide to push on, they see now that the world wouldn't put up with it. Oh, I guarantee we probably all look at things differently. I mean, you guys are right there. It's just how it is geographically. We're challenged. You guys see more. We see the news. You guys probably see more of what's actually happening. You know, we have to go by the news and take both sides and interpret our own. Whereas you guys see the news like on, we're on, or like our southern border. You guys see it on the news. We're here, we see what's going on and everything. So we can't expect you to know everything about what's going on because the news isn't exactly totally honest on a lot of it on either side. Oh, and I totally get that, Colonel Shaw. You guys don't want to see another world war. You've already fought two. Europe has been destroyed twice because of it. I get that. And that's, you know, that's why I don't generally attack anybody. It's unfortunate that when, you know, like people in Aaron's, they attack my view on it. But I think we all have our own reasons for coming up with solutions. Me, I just hate war, so it makes me mad when another country invades another country. And I pray it doesn't escalate. I pray China doesn't try to take Taiwan, because Taiwan is a democracy, and whether they consider it a sovereign nation or not, it's a democracy. To have it taken over by a communist nation, it's a whole new can of worms. I do know, you know, like here in America, 20 years in the Middle East, everybody here has family members that have seen stuff, you know, been injured, whether mentally or physically, by the war over there. So yeah, I'm afraid you're right. Right, Ragged, speak your mind. And I did. And that's why I don't go to Aaron's much anymore. Aaron had my back, but most of that chat, man, they were on the attack. So I was like, yeah, I just don't want to deal with the drama. So I told Aaron I was just gonna chill out for a while. But yeah, Zach, I agree. China are assholes, and we funded them. But I don't want to say China because the Chinese people, I got no problem with the Chinese people. My problem is with the CCP. And I agree, Colonel Shaw, I think they're going to try to take it. And that worries me. I hope not, but I think that's why we need somebody like Trump back in office where they didn't know what he was going to do. They were scared. So they would not try this stuff. Russia wouldn't have gone in. China wouldn't be doing what they're doing. Yeah. And it sucks that we're funding China's development. We've got to start pulling those businesses back. We're going to build up economies. We need to build up economies that are at our borders. I say we build up Mexico's economy, make that a prosperous nation. Good to have strong economies on our borders. It makes us even stronger, in my opinion. That's why a lot of Europe is so strong and becomes so strong, because most of the nations over there have strong economies. They're strong nations. So Europe was prospering, especially a lot of them that were surrounded by other prospering nations, because then that leads to cross-border trade. That leads to, economic relations picking up. And yeah. Oh yeah, the world, the Western world made China. It was, and I don't want to say, granted, a lot of us as individuals, we bought stuff, but a lot of it wasn't made here anymore. It's like a lot of the tools I get for construction made in China. I can't find any made in America. I mean, if I found even Bosch, which used to be made in Germany, I can't find Bosch that's made in Europe anymore. It's all made in China. They all went over there for the cheap labor. So we all need tools to do these jobs, or need certain things to do these jobs, and that's the only place we can find it. Every country needs to start bringing that back. Bosch needs to bring, their tool manufacturing back to Germany and to the Netherlands and to those areas. Yeah, but yeah, we all definitely built China. Yeah. Oh, ragged where I'm at. Not only is it going to be rough with the utility bills, they're calling for one of the worst and the coldest and most severe winters in this area that I'm at. I'm further north than a lot of people. They're talking a really bad winter here. So not only are the fuel prices high, it's going to take a lot more. I'm going to check it. Yeah, it's a wild movie, Zach. Right. And that's the worst thing about it is to get Colonel Shaw to get the manufacturing equipment, we would have to then build the manufacturing equipment and start manufacturing it here. And a lot of those specialties are now overseas. They're not here. That's unfortunate. Or there. Oh yeah, Zach. I built a log splitter actually this year. So yeah, I'm splitting some wood and I got a fireplace. I'm gonna be burning the heck out of some wood. I got some DeWalt, Dragon. I have some of the older Porter cable that was still made in the US. My cordless, I've got DeWalt, Porter cable, I've got Milwaukee, all made in China. Even the stuff that they say made in the US with global parts actually means everything was manufactured in China, but it was brought over here and assembled. So basically they pay a few people to assemble it here and try to pass it off made in America. And that frustrates me anymore, to where I've started actually buying the cheaper tools that are going to be still made in China, but I'm not going to be making as much. And a lot of those cheaper tools, sometimes that you get at like at Walmart and stuff like that, that they got a warranty on it too. So it's like, well, heck, may as well do that. Get a brushless motor. It's going to last a while. Log fire is nice. Oh, right on, Shaw. Take care, man. Have a good day. But it's 11:31. I will tell everybody to fire in the bowl for one last time and probably shut her down here in about 5 minutes or so. But yeah, nothing beats a good log fire, a good fireplace fire. For you warm up quicker, it just feels nicer for heat. I like it. And luckily I'm in a small town, so we don't have any type of emission regulation. We're not big enough to produce enough. Like, so, now mine doesn't heat up the water. It's just a standard fireplace. It's a built-in. I actually prefer a wood burning stove because the heat displacement on a built-in fireplace, you just get the face heat. On a wood burning stove, you get the full surround heat and the radiation off of that. So I wish it was a wood burning stove. I could get more heat produced out of less wood, but is what it is. They have built-in fireplaces considered nicer. Supposedly, it's worth more in the value of my house, but for my use, I prefer wood burning stove. That I was looking at some wood burning stoves, found one for about $1,400. It's actually enamel coat or porcelain coated, really nice. You could get it white, red, everything. They're real nice. I could get one cheaper, but if I replace my fireplace with one, I want to make it a nice one just in case I ever do sell it. Well, even while I'm here, I want to make it look nice. I'm one of those people, I get less and just try to get more value into less than buying a bunch of something for cheap. I try to buy less at a better value. So I'm becoming somewhat of a minimalist anymore. Easier and cheaper to maintain as a minimalist too. Well, shoot, everybody quit chatting. Zach, you still here? Bragging? About 3 more minutes. Ah, there's Zach. I knew Zach would be here with me. He's always here with us. He's got our back. Right on, Zach. Thanks. Pilot. Find a fireplace made by Pat. Oh, antique fireplace. Oh, heck yeah. There's like some of the antique potbelly wood burning stoves and stuff here. Go for a fortune. And there's certain names. I had a wood burning stove. It was a double eagle wood burning stove. It had the eagle claw feet and everything. And it was worth several thousand, I think like 4,500. It was several years ago when I was moving, or no, it would have been, God, when I was moving, that was 6 years ago, 7 years ago now. When I was moving, I took it out of the garage to the old house, put it in the driveway, ran downtown. And I mean, this is a heavy stove, so it probably took 5 or 6 people. Went downtown, got a few things like straps and stuff like that. And I was down at Ace and then drove by my sister's, visited there for a while. I was gone for about 45 minutes, came back, and somebody had stolen that wood burning stove within 45 minutes. And it was not light. It took 4 of us just to move it out of the shop. And it was going to take probably more of us to lift that thing into because it was a good 4 foot wide, 3 foot tall, and almost 3 foot deep. I mean, it was big and it was thick metal with a fire brick in it. It was heavy. And somebody took it because it was cool because it had like the knobs on it were brass, the eagle feet were brass, the door had a panel on it that was a brass eagle on it. A really nice thing. I didn't want to. I wasn't about ready to leave it behind. I had too much invested into it because I bought it cheap, but I also put a lot of money into having it completely refinished with new fire brick and everything. Yeah, I hope it did too. I hope it strained the heck out of somebody's back when they took it. And the worst part is they probably just flipped it up and into their pickup, so it probably broke things up, which is worse because they, I had it redone, so that was actually. Oh yeah, I was calling them similar names there, Zach. I was not a happy camper, especially since that came from my grandparents' farm. So yeah, it was an old one they had years ago, and then when I got it, it was in storage in one of their barns, and I got it when they sold the farm. So oh yeah, cast iron bathtubs. My sister and brother-in-law in their house, they remodeled their bathroom, put an antique clawfoot cast iron bathtub in their bathroom. God, they could have bought a jacuzzi tub cheaper. That they wanted the antique look, so they went with that. And then some really old, they completely refinish them. They take them down to the metal, and then they put new porcelain or whatever on it and bake it on. That they did the sink and everything with the antique look. Even their shower is like, it's got all the brass knobs and all the brass exposed tubing and stuff on it. Makes it look old, but it was a crap load of money that they spent on the thing. God, they probably could have put a sauna in that for cheaper. But let's see. 2 more minutes. I'll go 2 more minutes. People here, Reagan, even for the old barnwood siding, they're paying a lot of money just for old barnwood here. Kind of funny because I wouldn't put old barnwood anywhere in, even on the outside of my house, let alone the inside. Some of these people up in the front range, they're paying top dollar for you. They're paying more than what you could get like flat oak or mahogany or something like that for. They're paying top dollar for that and building like their counters or their kitchen cabinets and stuff. Some of those old houses, redoing those. I know I've watched some of the shows, Ragged, where they're redoing. People are buying like old castles and old fortresses and stuff over there and turning those into houses. Those are pretty renovations. But I guess there's a lot of strict code that goes into it too. Right, Zach? It's funny that they spend so much money on old barnwood. And they will too. I know farmers around here, if they'll tear down an old barn, get enough money out of that old barnwood, and they could put up 2 brand new shops for what they got out of it. I ought to go into those old homes. There might be some stuff worth some money in them. Handmade back in, etc. Now that stuff I like, those old handmade tiles. That stuff I understand. Some of those with the historic value on some. Barnwood I don't get. I kind of get some of the bathtubs and plumbing and stuff like that. One thing that a lot of people look for are the old European style toilets that have the tank elevated above. They even make modern ones that people go nuts over. They look old, but they got the tank that's elevated well above the toilet. Those go big. World War II or Civil War homes get rebuilt. Oh, you've got those Southern villa types. Yeah, those are. I would like to have one of those, Zach. One of them with the Roman style pillars for the porches and the double story porches, the full walkout balconies that are full floor balcony. That would be awesome. Mini Kent peg tiles. We'll do. I'll do that, Dragon. You know, if you guys want to, I could go till the top of the hour. This is a pretty good conversation that's going on. Give you guys something else to do. Still 8 of you here. Wow. I see a lot of lurkers. I know it's not as fun with just one of us up here, but I'll try to keep up or try to keep everybody involved. Atlanta. Are there a lot of them down there, Zach? I'd love to get one of those old Southern style homes, especially one of the Southern mansions. Oh God, one that needed rebuilt. That'd be awesome. And the good news is I'm a contractor, so I do carpentry. Cobblestone roads. That is cool. I love the towns that we've got a lot of brick roads, older towns that have the brick roads. I love those towns that have the old cobblestone and the brick. A lot of old houses. Awesome. Haunted ghost story. I should have known that you'd like the ghost stories. Abbeys everywhere. Oh, I bet. Some of the abbeys are some of the oldest remaining structures too, aren't they? The abbeys were some of the earliest real well-built buildings, if I recall, over in Europe and in England. You do a lot of ghost hunting, Zach? I used to. I was always real curious. I always wanted to see something. Saw some freaky stuff, that's for sure. In Colorado here, we have like Molly Brown's mansion. It's considered like number 6 on the top 10 most haunted places in the world. We have a lot of the top ones here. Some old silver mines that are considered real haunted. Oxel Bottom near Dover. Oh, I'll do that. Cool. I've seen some of the ones they've done on Castle. Man, those things have some freaky sounds. Some of the stuff they record that you can't quite hear, and then they'll play it back. God, that stuff's creepy. Ghost hunting. You've never done it? Oh, it's creepy. Definitely creepy. Some of the places here that I've done are creepy. Creepy to me, anyways. But oh shoot, I'm not going to be able to make it till the top of the hour, guys. My phone's about dead. So unfortunately, I got to tell you all good night, and I'm going to have to log off, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Sorry about that, guys. But we'll talk to you later. I hope you all have a good one. Bye.